The following is a presentation of The Day.
On a beautiful Friday night under the lights on the campus of Ledyard High School, the first football game ever to be played on Bill Mignault Field will occur in April and will occur between the St. Thomas More Chancellors and the St. Francis Academy Panthers out of Baltimore, Maryland. And we got it all live on game day. Casey O'Neill, the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien. It's been 18 months since we've done a football game. It's the first game here. And we got a big-time team.
Yeah, beautiful night, big-time team. Prep school out of Baltimore, Maryland, Casey. Number 3 prep team in the country at last year at some point, taking on St. Thomas More. What's a first down? What's a screen pass? What's a block? You got to get right back into it, Casey. And this is a real beautiful setting for spring football. It's a gorgeous night. Can't wait to see these two teams.
St. Francis will kick off right to left in the black uniforms. T. Moore will have the first possession of the game, and it comes down, and bringing up the return is Logan Forbes. Now, one of the things, Sports Doctor, about all of these guys is that these kids are all from around the country, and they've got all kinds of college offers. So, it's not used to this, but Logan Forbes is from Detroit, Michigan. So we don't get a chance to call kids from around the country, so that we're going to try to, as much as possible, give you some background as we know it for some of these kids.
A lot of kids, Casey, from all over the United States and Canada as well. So just a lot of kids in the mix. So we're going to get our first look here at Sam Whitney. He is a 5'11" quarterback from Manhattan Beach, California. The head coach is Jason Manson, and says we have a 1 and a 1A. So we have Whitney, and we see a lot of Will Mitchell, number 11, as the game progresses.
So we haven't called a football game in a while. Let's find out how we do, Sports Doctor. St. Francis, legit, one of the best prep schools in the country. Catholic school, we'll talk about them. And right away, let's start off with a flag.
Flag on the play.
So when you talk about St. Francis, a lot of has been made of them. They got Sports Center specials. They've been on CNN and HBO, and they were one of the longest running black Catholic high school, Catholic school in the country, in an incredibly poor part of eastern Baltimore. And the program's been resurrected, the school's been resurrected, and here they are playing at Ledyard High School. 1st and 15 for St. Thomas More. The Chancellors, a little run pass option and nothing there.
That's number 8, Derek Moore, on the stop. He's a defensive lineman, a junior, and we'll get into all the lists of offers for these kids. But Derek Moore, he is the heart and soul of that defense. For the Panthers, Casey, and that's where they make their bread and butter on the defensive end of the ball. There's some big-time players out there will be calling their names all night.
Yeah, Moore is likely to end up at Oklahoma. Think about that. University of Oklahoma, that's a top 10 school in the country, and you saw why.
Long ways away from Ledyard.
It is that. So Johnny Martin running back in the backfield, standing right next to Whitney. Triple wide receivers to the left, single wide out to the right on 2nd and almost 20. Whitney will throw, has time, throws it out to Miles Scott. Scott wrapped up very quickly.
Cam Johnson on the stop, Casey. And you see one-on-one coverage on the outside right now for the Panthers, and they trust their defensive backs to step up and make plays. Again, not a lot of gimmicky stuff on the defensive side of the ball for the Panthers. We're going to line up our front 7. We're going to play defense one-on-one with our back 4, and we're going to come get it.
Well, they're known for not only being a high-octane offense, but a very physical team defensively. They like to fly to the ball. They like to hit. I love the uniforms. Nothing fancy, right? Down and dirty, black and gold here on a Friday night. So it's going to be 3rd and about 19, call it, for the Chancellors.
One deep safety.
In motion, Frankie Pratt's familiar name, New London High School. He'll set up wide right now, and a little delayed handoff. And nice gain by Johnny Martin, but it's not going to be nearly enough. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and
gain of about 8 on the play.
Gain of 8. It'll be 4th and 7, it looks like, and they'll have to punt.
And again, number 3, Cam Johnson on the stop, Casey. Junior defensive back, side to side, lateral movement with the stop, knocking him out of bounds. St. Thomas More kind of hurt themselves right from the get-go with that little 5-yard penalty, so tough to put yourself in that position, 1st and 15 against a real tenacious defense.
Andrew Jacobs back to receive the punt for St. Francis. He's back at his own 40-yard line. Offers from Minnesota, Syracuse, Tennessee. So he's going to be able to make things happen, and he awaits the punt here as the sun sets. Low snap, and the punter's going to have to try to get it off. He does. It's tipped. It's on the turf. Oh, and he hit a St. Francis player. So it's live ball, and I think St. Francis fell on it. I think Jay-Sean Barham was able to fall on the football. Let's see what the officials say. St. Timor says they've got it. Of course, everyone thinks they have it at this point. But I think Barham got it for St. Francis.
There's a scrum down there. And it is St. Thomas More football. You're 1 for 1. Wow, what a costly mistake early. A muff snap. Punter just barely got it away, and it hit one of the players for St. Francis.
So, first of all, the snap was terrible. The punter has to run. He barely gets it off. It's partially blocked. And instead of having the ball at their own 35, at the St. Thomas More 35, instead, Timor retains possession. And if you're going to stay in the game against a team as good as St. Francis, you need to be able to take advantage of mistakes like that. And that he did, and that was a fight for the football, and Timor comes out on top. So Whitney from the shotgun, Johnny Martin, the Camden, New Jersey product, standing to his right. Twin receivers to the right, 1 left on 1st down. Handoff goes to Martin. Nice hole up the middle. Bounces off a tackle all the way to the 40-yard line. He bounced off the tackle of Jay-Sean Barham. And a big gain on 1st down, 5 yards.
Yeah, Barnum comes up to fill the hole, and boom! Take one up the middle and get some hard yards there by Johnny Martin, Casey. 4 or 5 yards after contact. That play should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, but Martin kept turning and burning. Be 2nd down and 5. A much more comfortable down and distance for the St. Thomas More offense to operate.
I like in the early going what we're seeing from Johnny Martin. He's got a little bit of quickness in the hole, got some physicality, bouncing off a tackle, and they'll send Miles Scott wide left this time. Twin receivers to the right on 2nd down and 5.
And you're going to need that kind of physicality in the hole against this defense to make them tougher on yards.
Logan Forbes goes in motion for the Chancellors. Martin shrugged a little bit. They didn't get the thing. Low snap again, and Martin picks it up, and he's going to lose big yardage. Hit immediately by Derek Moore, and that's multiple problems on the snap.
It could be due to sloppiness for spring football. Last week, St. Thomas More played a scrimmage game, and St. Francis had their first game of the season.
12.
Again, you talk about the huge layoff and teams back on the field, Casey. This is what you're seeing right now. Again, the muff punt, the muff snaps, some mistakes going out there. It's springtime football.
6'7", 345, 6'5", 260. 2 of the linemen. There you can see the low snap. And how quick was St. Francis to be able to get on there?
Derek Moore coming in and filling that up quick.
3rd and 11. And we get a jump on the outside. I think they got more to jump on the hard count. But I want to just say, Sidney Fugar is the offensive lineman. He's 6'7", 345.
Offsides.
On the other side, also 6'7",
5-yard
345,
penalty,
Ben
third down,
Morosky. You got 6'5",
and
260, 6'2", 300. I mean, this is a big offensive line.
Beefy. 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
So 3rd and 7 as the clock runs with 8 minutes remaining here in the first period. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com. The St. Thomas More Chancellors hosting the St. Francis Academy Panthers live at Ledyard High School. On a spring football night, Friday, beautiful, beautiful weather. Game Day, of course, brought to you by Orthopedic Partners. We want to thank them for
delay a game.
Being our hosts of tonight's game, the sponsor. We're going to get a dead ball delay of game,
Flag
and that's
on the
going to back
play.
them back up. So
Delay
I
of
think,
game
you know,
on the Chancellors.
this is what you should expect in a spring football
5-yard
game as well,
penalty.
right? Football is kind
Still
of new.
third down.
Right, we're just getting back into the swing of things. So you see some delays of game, you see some bad snaps, a little bit of everything. 3rd and 12. Chancellors. Whitney and Martin in the backfield. Whitney, the quarterback, of course. Twin receivers on both sides. Pratt comes in motion. Now they'll have trip receivers to the right. Whitney to throw. Looks out, lone left setback. He's got his man. It's Scott. Breaks a tackle, but wrestled down very quickly afterwards. Miles Scott, nice tackle
Pass is
out
completed to
on the
Miles
perimeter.
Scott.
That'll be a short
Gain
gain.
of a couple on
That's
the play.
one of those guys out there, Jamal Hood,
Jamal
another
Hood in on the
playmaker
tackle.
for St. Francis. And again, Casey,
4th down and
St.
7.
Francis leaving their defenders out there one-on-one and trusting that they will make a tackle. That was a nice pitch and catch right there for St. Thomas More, and an even better job on the tackle by Hood.
Jordan Brooks again back out to
Andrew
Andrew Jacobs back to receive the punt, and
St. Thomas More going to kick into the wind here, so you got to think once again.
They're gonna go for it.
They're going to go for it. All right then.
4th and 7 from their own 36, 37-yard line.
Quick
Whitney,
kick.
Whitney by himself, and he's pressured, almost sacked, and then he's swarmed on. A little bit of everybody in there. Brandon Leak, one of the many, along with Deshaun Womack. Also coming out of the pile was Derek Moore. And a
Deshaun
turnover
Womack
on
in on the
downs, and it'll be a
tackle.
short field for St. Francis.
Well, if you're going to gamble early, I guess. That's a
Panthers take
4th down
over.
and 6
First
at your
and
own
10.
40-yard line, and
On the St.
kind of
Thomas More
backfired on him a little
28-yard
bit.
line.
Bad snap, into the wind, spring football. Let's have fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, at quarterback, starting off here for St. Francis on 1st down. Handoff straight up the middle. Gain of about 4. So John Griffin, number 9, is taking the number of Zion Shockley. So Griffin will play quarterback, the junior. He's got offers from LSU, Tennessee, and Michigan, Sports Doctor. How's that?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
And he's got Joseph Bray in the backfield to his right on 2nd down. Handoff to Bray, and Bray stopped. Nice job by the interior of the St. Thomas More line. And
Joseph Bray
that's going to be a
on the
loss of
carry
2.
for
Well, that's the thing right now.
St.
Can St.
Francis.
Thomas More rise up and match the physicality up front of St. Francis?
Tackled in the
Nice job by
backfield
that
by Tyler
entire
Leahy.
interior defensive line,
Loss of
stepping
5
up
on
and
the
making
play.
a
Third
stop.
down
Be
and
3rd
11.
down and 9. You know, and it's, boy, when you're working with a short field like that, your defense is going to be called upon to make plays in the first 2 touches they have.
Andre Jacobs wide right. Andrew Jacobs wide left, along with Ike White on 3rd and 9. Griffin gonna throw. Plenty of time. Now pressured. And he's gonna be brought down and sacked by Will Norman, the big
Will
6'6",
Norman.
270
In on the
defensive
sack.
lineman from Camden, New Jersey.
Well, Will Norman kind of fought through shed his blocker. Casey came in and made this stop, and a huge sack.
That'll bring up
Loss
4th
of
and
10 yards.
16.
That's gonna
4th
bring
and
us-
16. After the go for it on 4th down, the defense holds.
So, and Andre Ajandayan will come in to kick. He is the junior kicker, number 41. He'll punt, and not a lot of rooms here, so he's already punting from the 45-yard line. So he's gonna try to drop this one inside the 20.
Coffin corner, maybe?
Daniel Sims, along with Ife Olate, back for the reception. And a fair catch and made inside the 10-yard line dangerous territory by Letty.
My question to you is, whatever happened to that rule of putting your feet down on the 10-yard line, throwing up the fake catch, and then letting the ball go in the end zone?
Especially on a short field like
Yeah,
that.
and the punter's kicking into the wind, so again, this is spring football. You're fair catching at the 7-yard line.
For fans that can't make today's game is being live streamed by the New London Day. Visit www.thegray.com.
There's a big sack by Norman Casey, sheds a blocker, and a host of chancellors come in, and Norman is just all over that.
On theday.com.
Big run on the outside on first down, still on his feet, still going. Johnny Martin. There's a big play to get them out of the
on the carry.
22 yards that time for Martin, bounces that off to the left side, and St. Thomas More is in business. Tough physical football up front.
25 on the play.
25-yard run, the best gain of the ball game for the Chancellors, and a little breathing room too, getting the ball out of their 7-yard line. Big play, back against the goal line, Case. Big play for the Chancellors.
First down, Timor here. As you said, Sports Doctor, gets them out of the shadows of their own goal, which is huge. Big play, little momentum builder. First down, handoff goes again. Ball's on the turf, it's loose. Officials are on the spot, and it's a turnover. It'll be St. Francis football.
Play recovered by
Martin never really had it, and a big fumble, and the Panthers are in business short field.
Barnum, number 2, kind of scooped up that loose football, Casey. And again, off the big run, you got to hang on to that football, a little pop up front. Martin lets it go, and Barnum jumps all over it.
Yeah, and Martin not happy with himself. You know, he wanted to get fed. He wanted the football after that big run. Puts it on the turf, and turnover is costly, and it'll be first down for the Panthers here. Ball marked at about the 25-yard line.
Griffith can settle this offense down a little bit.
Handoff, bouncing to the outside is Joseph Bray.
That ball's out.
On the turf as well. I think Timor fell on that one, and if they did, they're going to get it right back. That ball was recovered by Brian Allen.
Brian Allen on the
and that's going to get it right back. So
back-to-back plays, back-to-back fumbles. Welcome to spring football here at Ledyard High School between St. Thomas More and St. Francis.
Yeah, you know, St. Francis is 0-1. They lost their first game that they played this spring. They're a little sloppy right now, and I think you're seeing the result of that here in the spring.
I had a chance to talk to head coach Masai before the game, and he basically said last week was very humbling for this group. You know, we've been riding high the last couple of years, and we've got some different pieces to the puzzle, some different faces. So last week's loss was extremely humbling, and right now both teams kind of stuck in a quagmire case.
Will Mitchell on first down hits Frankie Pratt, and that's going to be a gain of 6. So Will Mitchell from Sicko, Maine will be in the football game at quarterback for Timor, and a nice first down gain of 7 to Frankie Pratt.
Is it Frankie Pratt just kind of turns around, sits down, finds a soft place in the zone, makes himself available, and then sticks his head down for an extra 3 or 4 yards? Take care of the football, stick your head down, move your body forward.
Yeah, and I want to talk about Frankie Pratt after this play. Miles Scott left, Antonio Robinson, big-time wide receiver for St. Thomas More on the near side. Pratt's in motion, and on second down, Mitchell will be in the shotgun. And a little delay of game.
There's a flag on the play.
Start.
So, Frankie Pratt's wide receiver at New London High School learning the game.
5-yard penalty.
Gets thrown into the quarterback role because of injuries and graduations and like. And now he comes to prep school, haven't played wide receiver, and now he's into like a mobile tight end H-back.
Slash. He's a slash.
I give the kid a lot of credit. Yeah. He's been moving around 3 positions in 3 years.
He's a football player. There
yes, and as we talked earlier, football is not for everybody.
That is true. That is,
But it is for Frankie Pratt, and obviously a love of the game here at St. Thomas More. Second down and 9 for Timor. Mitchell will remain at quarterback. So a couple of new offensive players, new running back in the ball game as well. Mitchell to throw, up in the air, caught Miles Scott. And short gain of about 2 and brought down very quickly by Barham.
Frankie Pratt may have the most recognizable catch in game day history as well.
The hook and lateral.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of them, top 3.
And Frankie Pratt would both be in my
top 5
100%. Owen George to Gio Lopez
Right.
might be on that list too. That's
in the corner, yeah.
But you're 100%, yeah. And we've had some, a lot of games on game day, but those are some of the most memorable ones. And
Big third down for this offense. Try to keep the ball and time of possession, which they've owned here in the first quarter.
I got to think they're going for it regardless, Sports Doctor. That's what they've shown me so far here. Third down, Mitchell. Handoff. Decent yardage. DJ Clark. Product out of Bradenton, Florida. He'll get up close.
DJ
It'll be
Clark
4th and 2. I think you're going to go for it here.
Boy, that's a nice
Short
job by
gain on the
Barnum
play.
again, filling on that tackle, coming from the outside and just meeting Martin and popping him at the hole.
Deshaun
I mean, that kid can
Womack
play,
on
man.
the
Jason
tackle.
Barnum can fill it.
4th and 2.
Great tackling
for the
technique,
Chancellors.
wraps you up from below and just driving the runner to the ground.
So 4th down and 2. Timor will give this a shot here on 4th down. So far, not a lot of success moving the football for either team. And they're letting the clock tick down. Finally, 1:35 remaining in the quarter. Going to have to try to get this snap off.
Empty set.
And high snap. And nothing there. And sacked is Mitchell coming off the end and filling it. Who are we going to call? Well, Derek Moore. There's a reason, that he's linked with Oklahoma right now because the kid can play.
Yeah, that's it, an empty set, too. Nobody back there to help protect
St.
the quarterback,
Francis
and Moore
takes
just
over
kind
on
of
downs.
ran into the backfield and disrupted
First
that.
and 10
That'd be a
on the
quick
25
pitch and
yard
catch, but no time whatsoever for Whitney to get rid of that football. And again, this first quarter, the time of possession has been owned by the Chancellors.
First down, little razzle-dazzle, handoff, and a nice gain on first down by a player whose number we don't have, 31.
Yeah, him too.
So I'm going to guess it might be Nicholas Harris, who's listed as number 33 and a running back, but we apologize to the family of number 31. We do not have him on our roster.
He's a good player, though.
Second down. Handoff goes to 31. Cuts inside, nifty little cut, and down near a first down. Be
Nick
3rd and
Harris
short.
on the carry for the Panthers.
Well,
We're
right now
going to say it's Nick Harris, by the way.
Yeah,
Until we're told otherwise,
Yeah.
we're going with Nick Harris.
That's fine. And a commitment to the run here by St. Francis, Casey, with playing with a short field right there, 1st and 10 for the 25.
3rd and
Why
2.
not run the football?
Absolutely, Sports Doctor. 3rd and 2 on a short field, ball inside the 20-yard line. St. Francis in business, but they haven't been able to do much here on 3rd down. Another handoff. First down inside the 15, down to right about the 11.
Harris on the carry.
When they're going to mark it, they might have
Tackled
to.
by Dan Sims.
They're going to give him the first down. I believe
That
so. That's
play
going to
is
move the
good
chains.
for a first down.
So that'll be 1st and 10, ball at 12.
Be the last play of the quarter.
They're hurrying up, Sports Doctor. Griffin's on the ball. See if they want to get a playoff while they still have the wind. End around is there. And not much there for Andrew Jacobs. We're at the end of the first quarter. No score here at Ledyard High School between St. Francis and St. Thomas More. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
In the early 1960s, James Hanrahan had a dream to create a school grounded in the philosophy of healthy mind, body, and spirit, where students of all backgrounds could work hard and find success, where effort was recognized and celebrated, and where personal responsibility was the foundation of a successful life. 59 years later, St. Thomas More School continues to create opportunities for students to realize their dreams. If your student is yearning for success and you would like to get a conversation started, please visit stmct.org. St. Thomas More is an accredited college prep boarding high school located on the shore of Gardner Lake in Oakdale, Connecticut.
Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe. The sun's setting on a beautiful Friday night here on the campus of Ledyard High School, about to start quarter number 2. The St. Francis Academy Panthers out of Baltimore, Maryland, here to play the St. Thomas More Chancellors right up the road in Uncasville. And Sports Doctor, the Panthers have been knocking on the door, but they really haven't been able to make anything happen. But it seems like they're committed to the run now.
Yeah, committed to the run, working with a short field. They started this possession from the 25-yard line, Casey, and they're going to try and rely on that big offensive line up front. And that time, St. Thomas More up for the challenge.
Yeah, they gave it to Carvin Reeves that time, but Brandon Spence, the linebacker from Canada,
tackled by
was
Brian
right there.
Allen Jr.
That was a pretty good tackle, eh?
This entire game has been played inside of the 35-yard line of St. Thomas More on both ends of the football. So, these are the opportunities here. You don't get these opportunities very often, never to mention the entire first part of the game.
39, 3rd and 9, cut inside, and down to about the 5-yard line goes Louis.
On the tackle.
Daniel Sims came up, Casey, and made that tackle, and it's a good thing he did because a couple of moves up front, and Harris had himself a free lane to the end zone, but Sims came up, filled it up, defensive back.
Yeah, he's shifty, is Harris.
He is 6'2", 190 from Stamford, Connecticut.
Let's go, baby!
4th down.
Yep, 4th, and we'll call it 5. Ball is marked at the 7-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown.
See if they trust Griffith to throw the football here in a big spot.
Handoff, and it's not going to be there. Ball's on the turf. He wouldn't have had it anyway, but instead he put it on the turf, and the recovery made by St. Thomas More up at the 10-yard line. It'll be Chancellor football.
Not one, not two, but 3 times the St. Thomas More defense has been called upon to make a play deep in their own end zone area, and they come up huge that time.
Yep, Spence came out of the pile with it, so they would have had him stopped anyway. It would have been a turnover on downs, but ball on the turf, and instead 10-yard line. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, here you go, in the inside handoff. And boom, big hit there on the outside, and a strip from behind, and St. Thomas More, the defense holds again. They're fired up.
Got Chris Hudson with the hit, and Spence in on the recovery, and it'll be first down St. Thomas More as the sun sets. What a beautiful night. He's got the chain.
And the chain around his neck. There you go.
He's got the chain.
Let's see if we can't get this offense in gear a little bit, and let's see if we can make a big play.
Whitney back in at quarterback, so it looks like Timor is going to rotate series. Martin back in at running back. Evades a tackle, bounces outside, and he's chased out of bounds by Barham.
Yeah, Barham is one of those kids, man. He's quick side to side, making a tackle. Cam Johnson on the other side. Casey, another fast defensive back for the Panthers. Somewhere here you've got the wind at your back. I don't know if it's now, but you're going to have to try and take a shot a little bit to loosen this defense up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Sports Doctor. The ground game, both sides, I think you're going to have to throw it downfield at some point. They got,
take a shot.
They got wide receivers.
You've got one-on-one coverage on the outside. Let your guy go make a play.
So Whitney will throw. Look, we'll be in the backfield. I think he's going to throw. Straight drop, pressured, steps up, and down he goes. Is it right at the goal line? Is it a safety? Yes, it is. And so the first points of the game are on the board via a safety as Whitney was tackled in the end zone. And
big number 56 tackled him. I don't have a name for him.
Big number 56.
I was going to say Lawrence Taylor, but
tackled in the end zone for a safety.
And so 2-0.
St. Francis on the board, taking a 2-0 lead.
Jumps on top.
2-0 top of the second here at Ledyard High School. Well, you run the risk of having something like that happen when you're trying to throw from your end zone, you're trying to roll out, trying to make some plays. It's just one of those, it's just spring football.
So now, are you a fan of the punt? You like the punt on the free kick here for the offensive?
I like the punt, yeah.
Well, back deep for St. Francis is going to be DeJuan Williams. And I got to tell you, more than anything else, I like the shoes. Look at that. Look at the. He's got the yellow shoes. That's good stuff right there.
Sharp unis, huh?
I like the one. All business. No messing around.
St. Francis.
So they're going to kick it.
As well as Andrew Jacobs.
So Garrett Martin, the kicker from Darien, Connecticut, is going to do the honors. He'll kick it from the 20-yard line. Free kick here as the safety from St. Francis. High end over end, and it's taken by Carvin Reeves. And Reeves brought down at the 50-yard line. He had some room, but Israel Mondragon was able to catch him and got him at the 50-yard line. But again, great field position for St. Francis.
St. Francis will begin this drive first and 10.
Yeah, this entire game has been played on the St. Thomas More side of the field. You know, and it's you're gonna have to call on and the defense has stepped up in every single possession. So let's see if they can muster up again. Both teams very challenged offensively here in the first quarter and change of this game.
Jacobs in motion. Griffin to throw. Has time. Deep ball. Airs it out. Man open, and he just overthrows Ike White, running free at the 5-yard line. But there's the big arm that we see from John Griffith.
Yeah, and I like the call. A little misdirection action in the backfield, trying to confuse the defense a little bit, Casey. Wide receiver had to step that time, and Ike White, and the ball just slightly overthrown. But why not take a shot? Why not try to loosen the defense up a little bit?
Ike White being looked at by Pitt, Tennessee, and Boston College.
Yeah, and I got to assume, Casey, with this game being played right now in between the tackle boxes and stuff like that, there's some underneath stuff for a tight end, too. The middle of the field will be wide open.
So Griffith here on second down from the shotgun. This time, handoff for minimal gain, maybe 2. The Timor interior line doing a nice job stacking up Harris, and it'll be third down and we'll say 6.
Yep.
Will Norman in the pile for the stop.
Norman on the stop, number 7 again. Sims helping out on the outside, and that is one part of this defense that we've seen thus far in this game that is strong. The front 4 or 5 for St. Thomas More.
Yeah, I think Timor's defense on the hold. Now we have to see. I'm surprised that St. Francis is continuing to pound the ball. They got a quarterback with a big arm.
Yep.
I'd like to see see if they can find some spots, like you said, soft spot in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I would think the middle's going to be open here. Slip a tight ended or something.
Jacobs in motion, handoff. Close to the first down marker goes Harris, and it'll be just short, and it'll be marked down at the 42-yard line. Mondrigan on the tackle for St. Thomas More.
Yeah, Mondrigan's tough. He fills up from that cornerback position.
4th down and 2 for St. Francis.
He's 5'11", 175. He's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Big 4th down here.
4th down and 2, ball at the 42-yard line. St. Francis here has done the yeoman's share of their work, like you said, in great field position, whereas Timor hasn't had any. If they can stop them here, this will be the best field position Timor's had. Griffith from the shotgun. Handoff goes to Harris, and nothing doing. He's going to be stopped short, about a half a yard short. Coming up, Dan Sims, and Timor holds again.
Yeah, defense, once again, ringing the bell. Put the chain on these guys down there on the sidelines. But, boy, the middle of this defensive line has stepped up big time for head coach Jason Manson.
So, finally, Timor gets decent field position that they're going to start at their own 40-yard line, which is about as good as they've had so far.
And the wind at their back right now, too, it looks like here. Wind is moving from right to left, and, why not take a shot?
And so this time it'll be back to Will Mitchell. Mitchell will have his series here at quarterback for Timor. Delayed handoff to Martin. Big hole up the middle. Martin with speed has a first down. Crosses into St. Francis territory to the 45-yard line. Johnny Martin with a big run.
Yeah, a little misdirection draw that time, Casey, by St. Thomas More. Good call, and Martin got the quick feet, hits the hole, and finishes the run. Now, it's his second big run of the game. He had a 25-yarder earlier and about a 15-yard run that time on the button. So Martin has been productive.
St. Thomas More.
Sidney Fugar that time, the big left tackle with a nice block, freeing up the middle of the field for Martin.
Yeah, Martin's not a small kid. He's 5'10", 215 from Camden, New Jersey. So when it comes to finishing runs, he can put a lick on you.
Rolling right on first down, throw caught by Scott. Good gain of 6 yards on first down. Miles Scott.
Here we go. Now we're going to see this offense operating, Casey, with a little bit of breathing room. Now, the goal line is not behind him a little bit, so get the quarterback out in space. You see the running back on the draw get out in space. Play calling, get a smooth rhythm right here for the Chancellors.
Yeah, and I like what I'm seeing from Will Mitchell. They rolled him out of the pocket. That's a good throw on the run. He's throwing from in the pocket. He seems to be a fairly mobile guy, and clearly Miles Scott is the favorite target.
Yep.
Product of Chicago, Illinois, but also Antonio Robinson, who we haven't talked from Melissa, Texas. He's a well-known product as well. He's down at the bottom of your screen. So weapons on both sides here for the Chancellors.
Scott is a captain.
High snap, fake handoff, roll right, little dump off to Pratt's, and he is brought down almost immediately, about a half a yard shy of the first down.
Well, you almost thought that if Mitchell would have tucked that down a little bit, Casey, he might have had 7 or 8 yards there on the edge. But he saw Pratt's, and, they got a few yards, but Mitchell had a lot of green grass in front of him on that play.
Yeah, I thought so, too. I thought, Pratt's could have acted as a blocker there for him and freed him up, but 3rd and 2, and the ball is marked at the 37-yard line of St. Francis.
And the quarterback wants to throw the football. You know that one.
Yeah, that's a completion.
That is a completion. That goes in the left-hand column.
That's a good stat right there. Help that completion percentage up. So big 3rd and 2 here for St. Thomas More as they trail 2-0. 6 minutes and 40 seconds counting here in the first half.
Big 3rd down here.
Mitchell, little option, kick out. Martin cuts left, and Martin's going to have a first down as he broke a tackle on the outside, showed that strength.
And just enough of a show on that option by Mitchell to freeze the defense for a second. Martin finishes on the run. I like the rhythm right now that St. Thomas More offense is clicking on. Casey, Mitchell comes down that line. He makes the defender commit. That's all he needs. Give the ball to Mitchell. To Martin and let him finish the run.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't a threat. I mean, you make the guy commit, like you said, Sports Doctor, but I think in the future the message is going to be
he's pitching it.
Yeah, let the quarterback go. Go get the ball. Martin's the playmaker.
Yeah, Martin's the playmaker. But again, that first look, it's the first option look they've shown.
Roll left. Tucks it inside. Nice yards on first down, and big hit on the outside. Stepping up and delivering the hit was Deontay Malone, but a nice play on the first down by Mitchell. He's going to get 9.
6'3", 215. We talked about it from Saco, Maine, Casey. This kid can make some plays. Boy, I like the way he wanted to throw that football originally. He pulled it down. He saw the open green grass in front of him, and he took what the defense gave him.
Yeah, well, the defense gave him a lick. Deontay Malone came up and absolutely popped him. You could see him. He's pacing out there, hungry for another hit. The defense right now for St. Francis needs to step up because Timor is starting to, like you said, get a little rhythm here offensively. It's amazing what field position can do.
Yeah.
5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Mitchell going to keep it himself. Has some room. First down and more. Down the sideline. One man to beat. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, St. Thomas More. Will Mitchell.
And how about the block from Frankie Pratt, which sprung Mitchell on the outside, Casey? Untouched 21 yards down the left-hand edge. Pratt's made that block, and Mitchell took it to the house.
6-2. St. Thomas More on top. What a big offensive series for Will Mitchell. A whole different offense, and he is fired up on the sidelines. They're fired up for him, and a chance for the extra point here as they'll trot Garrett Martin in for the extra point. He needs another guy right now. They've only got 10.
10 guys, yeah.
So
right.
Will Norman's sprinting back on the field.
Spring football. Look at Mitchell fired up, man. When we get a chance to look at that replay, I'll tell you what, Frankie Pratt's laid a block on the edge which sprung Mitchell.
Martin with the extra point. It's up, and it is true. And with 4:56 remaining here in the first half, St. Thomas More 7, St. Francis 2.
Here comes a replay of that Mitchell touchdown, and there's the block on the outside by Pratt. Just enough to get his quarterback free down the sideline for 6 and finishing the run. There you go, 7-2. How's that for a football score, my friend?
We've got some clarification on a couple of players for St. Francis. So the running back, number 31, who we've been calling a lot of for St. Francis, is Terrence Wheeler. Terrence Wheeler is the running back. And the number 56, who made the big play defensively, is Dante Farmer. I'm looking for Wheeler on the roster at all, if he was, and I don't see him. So Terrence Wheeler, number 31, and Dante Farmer. Thank you to Mike DeMoro for efforting those accurate roster numbers.
Hey, quick shout out to Jimmy Bunicor and the folks here at Ledyard High School. But how good does that football field look? How good does that turf look, huh?
It is
beautiful.
beautiful.
This looked fantastic.
And we'll take a moment after this kickoff because I want to talk a little bit about Bill Mignault and his legacy and what he'd be thinking right now. High end-over-end kick from Martin, and it comes down to DeJuan Williams. Williams shows some speed, some power, breaking tackles and crosses the 35-yard line. Nice return and a good field position for St. Francis. So, Sports Doctor, this is the first football game being played on Bill Mignault's field here at Ledyard High School. What would bother him more? That Ledyard wasn't playing in it,
Yeah.
that it's on a Friday night under the lights, or that it's turf?
I think the turf would probably be the thing for Coach Mignault. What would you think?
I think it's
It's
Friday.
all three?
I think
Oh,
it's
Friday night?
I think it's Friday night. He's
Yeah.
going. Football's made for Saturday mornings.
10 a.m.
A little end around to Ike White, and not a lot there. Timor running and rallying, and getting there first was Christian Aiken, the linebacker from Jersey. And right now, after a gain of 4, definitely Timor feeling their oats right now, like a team up 7-2.
Yeah, they're ball hawking, Casey, on the defensive end. And, the one thing you've noticed here, too, is good tackling out there for St. Thomas More. Run to the ball and make the stop. No broken tackles out there for St. Francis at all. Talk about the yards after contact, and you've seen Martin on one side do it for St. Thomas More, but nothing. St. Thomas More shutting this offense down.
Rolling left and throwing and finding his man. What a beautiful throw that time. And the arm strength of Griffith is seen first down. Catch made by Andre Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs did a great job of corralling that ball. Took a pop at the end, but that's a nice pitch and catch that time, Case, and saw the movement that time by Griffith. He make play with his feet.
I've seen enough of John Griffith to say, throw the football.
Yeah, let him loose, right?
Absolutely. First down, handoff straight up the middle, and keeping his feet almost all the way to a first down is Terrence Wheeler.
Terrence Wheeler on the carry.
Number 31, Wheeler.
Francis.
Gets small in that hole, gets down low,
Gain of 7
finishes the
on play.
run, gets 7 yards. His
Second and
knee
3.
came down a little bit early.
I think
Now
St.
this is one of those house money downs right here. Second down and 3. Your whole playbook opens up right now.
I think St. Francis is it's time to stop licking the wounds and start to play football. Fake end around, plenty of time. Now he's pressured, and down he's going to go, and he's going to get almost back to the original line of scrimmage. First man there was Christian Aiken.
Yeah, Aiken, number 19 from his linebacker spot, stepped up, disrupted the play.
Here's the thing, Sports Doctor. You nailed it. Everyone knew that there was going to be some play action deep ball there. So all that razzmatazz.
And get rid of it.
Don't need it. I want you to just drop back and throw
football.
That's
Yes.
Because everybody knew that was all for show.
Yep.
Watch the draw!
Third down and called a long 4. In the flat and dropped by Andrew Jacobs. Tried to run before he caught it.
Little bubble screen set up that time by St. Francis. And again, like you said, he started moving and grooving before he started catch the football.
So they look like they're going to punt the football away.
That'll
And
bring up 4th down.
their punter heads out, stands at his own 45-yard line.
I tell you one thing that really stands out to me right now in this game, and I know that both these teams are extremely athletic, but St. Thomas More defensively extremely fast to the football.
I agree. Right
They
now,
are fast
both
to the
of them
football.
are.
Yeah.
Ife Oalete is standing back deep along with Daniel Sims. They're both at their own 25-yard line. And they are very shallow. I mean, I can punt it over their heads. I'd pull a hamstring doing it, but I could do it.
Yeah, they're only 17 yards off the line of scrimmage, 20 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not much at all.
Kicking into the wind, but not much.
They're not kicking into a gale force wind. Good snap. And the kick sails over their heads. It bounces and is down inside the 10-yard line at the 1. I don't understand what I just saw.
That ball is down by
what are you gonna do?
Woods at the STM.
It's like playing your outfielders at 250 feet with Mike Trout up.
Well, I think the coach kind of gambled there and said, if you're going to kick it over our heads, maybe we'll get a touchback out of it. So I don't know.
How'd that work out?
Another football coach. But once again, this St. Thomas More offense is going to have to start in the shadow of their goal line.
I mean, they...
Not a lot of launch angle on that punt, Casey.
You just sound foolish whenever you say that.
Getting my information from the great Mike Demoro next to me, over to my right.
1st and 10, St. Thomas More. Ball is at, looks like the 7-yard line. Delayed handoff to Martin. Martin with a nice hole, and he's popped on the outside.
Johnny Martin
Tackle
on
made
the
by
carry.
Oman Terry. And it'll be a nice
Terry
gain,
on the
though.
tackle for St.
About 7
Francis.
yards. It'll be second
Good
and
for
3.
7
How do you
yards,
stop an
second down,
aggressively
3.
coming defense and a defense that's over pursuing? You run a little draw, you run a little delay. As a second time on first down that Martin's got the carry on the outside, and you get 7 yards there. Kind of catch the defense on their heels a little bit.
Of note, Will Mitchell is still in the game at quarterback, so they've left him out there as a reward, I think, off of that really nice series that he had last time. See if they could capitalize.
He surveys the field quite well. Doesn't he look things over? He's in total command out there.
He's going to do a little delayed pitch to Martin again, and I think he's going to be up close to the first down, but just shy. They'll bring third and maybe inches.
Almost like a two-man, again, a two-man option look down the line. Mitchell kind of makes the read, and Martin finishes the run, and that's all Martin right there, sticking his head down and getting that tough yard and a half. But Mitchell's got a good sense, and he's got a good feel. He's got a good savvy of when to get rid of that ball on the option and let his running back make a play.
Yeah, and he got the first down, and so now into the game with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, we're going to get a timeout here. I think I think he'd be happy. They're going to be happy trying to run the clock out here in the first half.
Yeah. No, we talked about Mitchell. We saw the option look the first time, and you said you knew that Martin was going to get the football. Well, now that we've seen Martin's ability to make a play with his feet, does that make that defensive player respect him a little bit more, or does he still play Martin?
Yeah, I think Mitchell showed me what I was challenging him to do, which is I'm never going to leave Martin because he's the playmaker.
Right.
And then, Mitchell said, well, I'm a playmaker too.
Right.
That makes it a very difficult choice. Now, in a good option, right, everyone does their role and you can defend it.
Sure.
But the whole goal of the option, right, is to make the lineman make the tackler make a choice.
Right.
And then you
expose it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, I think Mitchell, what he did is said, okay, now there is a choice.
Now you've seen what I can do with my feet. I can beat you in the secondary. I can beat you on the next level. Once I get past the line of scrimmage, I'm quick enough, fast enough, strong enough to finish a run. Now you've got to respect my talents as well.
First down. Ball's on the turf. It's loose. And falling on it is Barham. And it's going to be a huge, costly turnover for St. Thomas More. With 1:30 left, they were just trying to run out the
Why
clock.
are we getting tricky? Why are we getting tricky down there in the shadow of our own goal line with some misdirection stuff when you're running the football quite well?
And that's a gift to St. Francis with 1:28 remaining. St. Thomas More was in a position to run the clock out, and instead they give the ball in not only in the red zone, but it's going to be first and goal for St. Francis.
I believe the 5th opportunity for St. Francis inside the red zone with the football.
Yeah, no quarterback, competition for St. Francis. It's all John Griffith, and you got to get him involved here, throw the football. So on first down, of course, they run it with Joseph Bray back in the ball game. He'll gain 1 or 2, and it'll be second down and goal. Ball now marked at the 7-yard line.
Tackled by Brian Allen Jr.
Brian Allen on the tackle for Timor.
A couple, second and goal.
Second and goal, ball at the 7-yard line, clock down to about a minute here as this play goes off from the shotgun. Hand off to Wheeler. Not much there, and he is
big tackle.
Slammed to the ground. Slammed to the ground. Christian Aiken.
Tackled by Christian Aiken for a loss.
Oh, Aiken can come down the line off his linebacker position and just make plays.
That's a big play out there. We've called his name.
Yep, 6'2", 225 from New Jersey.
He's so big, he's from all of Jersey.
That's right.
We don't even give him a town. 30 seconds.
Under 30 seconds.
And we're going to get a timeout here because it's going to be third and goal.
St. Francis.
And St. Francis has really not been able to do anything offensively. A couple of big plays, but St. Thomas More has just done a great job of pressuring Griffith just enough to, get him off his game.
Here you see Aiken Casey coming off the edge. Boom! And making the stop in the backfield. And again, you've got to find a way, if you're St. Francis, to get a body on him because he is that strong and that big and fast as well.
And he has a bicep. He showed us. He pointed
Flex
to it.
a little muscle.
He said, that's my bicep right there.
Yeah.
I think that's a universal thing for I'm strong.
Could be. Yeah.
I think that's what, by the way, I think it's fascinating how in every sport there are accepted taunts that aren't accepted in other sports. Could you imagine if after a pitcher struck you out, he stood there and went, "That's right, because my arm is strong. I throw hard." That wouldn't be allowed in baseball.
No. Well, he's not that big. Pitchers aren't that big.
That's right. 3rd and goal. Gonna throw. In the flat. Has a man. Great tackle on the edge. He's gonna be short of it. Right down on the goal line.
Last time out probably here for St. Francis, yes.
With 20 seconds remaining.
To Joe Gray.
Joe Gray on the reception.
On the tackle.
It'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line.
Goal from the 3-yard line for St. Francis.
So St. Francis with 20 seconds left to go in the first half, looking to cash in for their first touchdown in the game off of the St. Thomas More turnover. Big down and distance here for the Panthers.
Yeah, you know, they've got their 2 points off of safety. The offense has been given as good. You can't ask for better field position.
Five times in the red
and
zone.
they've never had bad field position.
No.
And so really they've done nothing offensively, and they've got weapons all over the place. They've got a quarterback who can throw it a country mile. Credit the Timor defense for playing great. But here's the thing: as great as they've played, if they give up this score, which their offense puts them in, you know, they're down at halftime.
Watch out for Aiken right here. Sell out, make a play.
Handoff straight up the middle. That looks like Bray. Did he get in? Waiting for the official signal.
I don't think he got in, Casey. From the left side, I don't think he got in. And then St. Thomas More holds
and they're
on 4th down.
Right on the goal line, Sports Doctor. And look who's sprinting out of the pack.
My man Aiken.
Christian Aiken on the goal line. Tackle.
Christian Aiken, he's strong.
St. Thomas More takes over 1st and 10.
First and 10 from their 1-yard line. I mean, what more can you ask of the Timor defense?
No, this defense has held 4 or 5 different times inside the 20-yard line. You know, and all but gift wrapped a scoring opportunity with a minute and a half left to go, going into the locker room with the turnover. This kid right here, he has come with his lunch pail and all.
Let's take a look.
Right underneath it is Aiken underneath. He is coming out of the pile. You ready for him? Off the ground. And he is fired up.
Now, if you're Timor, you have 3 goals here. Good snap, fall forward, go to halftime.
Don't fumble the football.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Don't fumble the football. 4th there.
Exactly right.
4 options.
And if you do the first 3, you get to go to halftime.
That's right.
Otherwise, you can't. And we're going to get a timeout because the previous time was not enough to say, good snap, fall forward,
don't fumble the football, and go to the locker room.
We're 14 seconds away from halftime. We want to thank Orthopedic Partners, your game day sponsor.
Yes, sir.
Here today with St. Thomas More, a 7-2 lead as we're almost to halftime here at Ledyard High School. And we'll have halftime and second half action, of course, coming up. And it's just so nice to be back with you, Sports Doctor. And it's been a while since we've done a football game.
18 months. 18. What was the last football game we did?
Waterford, Granby, Canton, Granby, whatever, at Waterford.
Waterford Killingly playoff game. Killingly beat them up.
That's correct.
That is correct. It's the week 2, yes. Waterford, you're right, Mike.
Which would have been December 18 months ago.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
Isn't
crazy.
that something?
Feels like we did it, doesn't feel that long. That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
So they're going to go for the shotgun here.
He's going to throw the ball from the end zone.
He's going to get it, and he's going to run forward with it. Are they going to try to draw him off? What are we doing? What are we doing here, boys?
I don't understand.
I don't either. And
a delay.
Timeout taken by St. Thomas More.
So they were going to try to draw him off to get the 5 yards to get some breathing room, I think. And here's the thing. Here we have to remember too. Spring football, trying stuff out.
How about the fumble rooski? Frowned upon right here.
With
Dean Steinkooler, remember him?
I do remember Dean Steinkooler. All right. Sports Doctor.
4 things.
Stroke me.
Billy Squire.
Now,
no longer
all,
in music.
The fact that I got Billy Squire before you did.
No longer in music. He does gardening now. It's a true story.
But for a year, this was the #1 song at Roll On America over in Groton.
Shoot the duck?
Oh, yeah. They love that. They love the little Billy Squire.
He is a gardener, too. You can Google that.
I don't know why you know that.
Out of music. It's 100%
why
accurate.
do you know that? All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for St. Thomas More, just trying to get into halftime with this 7-2 lead. And now we're going to have a penalty, which is going to move it to the 1-yard line.
going on here?
False start, STM.
False start for St. Thomas
Half the
More.
distance to the goal.
That'll
Still
back them up
first
to the
down.
1-yard line.
What a 7.5-inch penalty right there, and what happened to just get under center and kind of just push the pile ahead for a couple yards? Because St. Francis is out of timeouts.
I don't know. From the shotgun, he's going to throw it, and he almost
Could
threw
you imagine
it
a pick six?
I mean, that's really, honestly, Cam Johnson, if he had been playing the ball instead of the man, could have jumped that
Pass
route.
intended for Miles Scott is incomplete.
It was intended for Miles Scott, and
And
it
Johnson in on the coverage.
didn't take any time off the clock
Second
either.
down.
So
3 seconds.
I want to make sure we all know. I'm not a coach of football. I'm not a football coach.
No.
So I mean, I don't know. But it seems like this is an unusual choice. So 11 seconds here. Second down and 11, 10 and a half. And we're going to go from the shotgun again. Whitney is the quarterback. Pratt's in motion. Whitney rolls, exhausts clock, throws out, looking for Antonio Robinson, incomplete,
Pass
and
intended
that'll
for
be
Antonio
7 seconds
Robinson
remaining.
is incomplete.
Listen, if they can't get this thing expired here, they're going to have to
Now
punt on
bring up
fourth down.
third down.
From the back of the end zone.
I mean, yeah.
I'd put 11 guys in the line of scrimmage and bring the house.
Right now, St. Thomas More is just trying desperately to get to. It's like a MMA guy who's in a arm bar right now, trying to get to the end of the round. How's that for? How do you like that?
That's
for
pretty good. You're reaching.
Just trying not to tap right now. Or like, you know what? They're the professional wrestler reaching for the ropes right now.
Yeah.
Trying to break the hold.
Iron Sheik's got you the camel clutch or something like that. Oh, here we go.
3rd and 11. Whitney, the quarterback. It's never good when your quarterback's got his hands up going, what are we doing? Got the snap. Pitches it. Big hole, big play. In the speed. Can you believe it? Does he have the wheels? Out in the open is DJ Clark, and he takes it all the way to the 32-yard line. His time expired.
They run the option from the goal line on 3rd and 11 with no time left and almost popped a 99-yarder.
He almost got there. A huge run, a 70-yard run by DJ Clark, but it takes us to halftime. 7-2 St. Thomas More. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
I know not to use my phone when I'm driving, but not everyone complies with the law. So when a distracted driver hit me and I couldn't afford recovery, I turned to an experienced team of attorneys for help.
In the early 1960s, James Hanrahan had a dream to create a school grounded in the philosophy of healthy mind, body, and spirit, where students of all backgrounds could work hard and find success, where effort was recognized and celebrated, and where personal responsibility was the foundation of a successful life. 59 years later, St. Thomas More School continues to create opportunities for students to realize their dreams. If your student is yearning for success and you would like to get a conversation started, please visit stmct.org. St. Thomas More is an accredited college prep boarding high school located on the shore of Gardner Lake in Oakdale, Connecticut.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
We're back at Ledyard High School. We're at halftime, 7-2. The St. Thomas More Chancellors on top of the St. Francis Academy Panthers from Baltimore. Had it all live on game day. Casey O'Neill, Sports Dr. Keith O'Brien, and we're going to bring in Mike DeMoro of the day. So let me ask you the question. Have you ever seen anything quite as odd as what we just saw there at the end of the half?
No, Case. I was wondering if they were trying to set him up for that play. It's possible. I don't know. I don't know enough about X's and O's to know how you exactly set somebody up, but that was the biggest hole of the half.
I mean, all they needed to do was snap it and go forward, and
yeah,
we did all kinds of everything else until the last play, and they almost went 99 yards.
And you think about how conservative most football coaches are. I mean, most guys would have been one snap out.
Yeah.
Let's get to the half. Thank God we're up 7-2. Well, so I don't know.
So let me ask you the question I asked Keith O'Brien. Bill Mignault. Is it not Ledyard? Is it the turf or is it a Friday night?
I would go with D.
D?
The fact that the first sporting event on this field was a soccer game. That would have him going. Now, Bill Glennie, who's of course the Ledyard soccer coach, is over there. That would have probably fried him more than anything.
I think he would have said, "Listen, I get that it wasn't Ledyard. I'm just glad football's being played. All right, I get that the turf. I don't like it, but it's a modern day thing. But Friday nights, I'm in bed already. Give me a 10 a.m. Saturday start so I can go have a pancake breakfast and play some football. But it is great to have football back. It's been, like we said, 18 months, and it's so great to have this game. Between two schools that are. But I'm been very impressed with St. Thomas More's defense and their resolve. I mean, how many opportunities did St. Francis have in the first half, and Timor rejected them at every pass?
This is so cool, Case, to me, because there's gonna come a day, probably not long from now. It's gonna be 3:30 on a Saturday afternoon in the fall, and we're gonna see Christian Aiken somewhere on TV and go, hey, we saw him, and the kid Moore for St. Francis. That's going to be great. Hey, we saw that kid in Ledyard of all places.
Yeah, I mean, we know some of the St. Francis kids have committed to places like Oklahoma, Maryland. We know that the quarterback John Griffith is being looked at by LSU, Tennessee, Michigan. Ooh. So yeah, you're going to see this. And the thing I can equate it to is back in the 80s and 90s when New London Legion used to go to Binghamton, New York to play in the World Baseball Classic. You were playing against teams from all over the country, and inevitably you'd see a dozen of those kids playing in the College World Series a couple of years later. It felt like everybody that played for Gonzales, Louisiana went to LSU and won a national championship there. And so it was very exciting to do that, and that's what's going to happen. So, not all of these Timor kids are going to go on to Division I schools and play football, but a game like this, they're going to be able to go, hey, I played against that kid.
Well, the other thing, too, Case, is I think I'm not sure our audience appreciates who Jason Manson is, the Timor coach. He played at Iowa.
Yes.
I mean, he's been there and done that, and I think Timor is very, very lucky to have someone of that caliber here.
And he played for, if not the best high school football coach of the last 50 years, certainly the most polarizing, Jack Cochran. But I mean, that's a pretty good person to learn from. And then you go to Iowa. And you play. Did you play under Kurt Ferentz at Iowa?
Kurt Ferentz or Fry or Hayden Fry?
Either
I'm not
way,
sure which one.
Outstanding coaches there as well. So yeah, I mean, he's got a good pedigree, and he's obviously brought that here to St. Thomas More. I mean, they look, especially on the defensive end, they look very, very good.
Well, I imagine Timor's got it going pretty good. You can play for Jerry Quinn, who has sent 1,000 kids to college, or Jason Manson. I mean, that's pretty good.
It is. It is, and again, a little weird. It's April. Not used to doing football in April on a Friday, but the beautiful Friday night, and you almost forget for a moment that it's April. It feels like just a nice fall
October.
night.
Yeah.
So football at the ready. We're going to switch gears for a second while I have you, and What is your sense of the spring sports so far in the ECC?
Better than I thought. Okay, I thought baseball was going to be a repeat of basketball, where skill levels were behind. I have not seen that yet. Now I've gone to see mostly the better teams play, but I've got to say, a lot of strike throwing, which I didn't think we were going to see, and kids are swinging the bat. So I've got to say, better than I thought.
Who's the best team you've seen in baseball so far this year?
Waterford's probably the best team, but maybe by that much. There's not really. East Lyme's good, Fitch is good, NFA is good. You can throw them all in a hat.
Well, so my son AJ plays on a 13U team with East Lyme head coach Jack Biggs' son Garrison. Garrison was an outstanding baseball player. So I get to see Jack all the time now, and so we talk all the time. And he what he was saying was that because is that never before has he had so many kids he didn't know what to expect. He said, most years you might have one or two kids off the JV team. He's like, I might turn over half my team because this as they learn and develop. But he said a lot of his kids are playing competitive baseball for the first time, like legit competitive baseball. He's like, they hadn't played in such a long time. So he expects it to get better as the year goes on.
Well, Jack won a 15-inning game the other day that I was at. He had a great line after the game. He said, I don't recall the last time I wanted to say, I want to kill you and I love you in the same afternoon.
We're gonna bring in the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien. We're gonna give you 5. We're gonna give you 5 minutes.
Stay here, Mike.
With Mike tomorrow.
I'll take it.
Right. 5 good minutes.
I've got 5 good minutes for a good man. I've got no idea what you guys are talking about.
We were just talking about the local stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Here, Team Moore's got the Penn State uniform.
Yeah,
is that great or what?
They look great.
That is just great.
And this is the Pittsburgh Steeler look over there too.
I've actually this is great.
I had a chance to talk to Chris Williams, our buddy, local referee, and he said a couple of these kids from St. Thomas More on the front line, offensively and defensively, are beasts. I mean, they're big, strong kids, and all the pomp and the circumstance. And I know that St. Francis is some of their better players are holding out a spring ball and waiting for the fall. But, I mean, this is a pretty good showing for St. Thomas More.
Yes, I would say very good.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Why is it that defense is always ahead of offense?
Yeah.
Every
sport you go, especially, I think it probably takes 3 or 4 weeks for the offenses to catch up. And, Mike, the offense is all about rhythm. It's all about the play calling and getting your quarterback in a position to make plays. And I think you saw that with St. Thomas More early. Their offense was operating from the shadow of their goal line. Once they got a little bit of wiggle room, number 11 was dealing the goods. They got a little running in the outside and a couple pass plays. And once the defense sees the offense cooking, the defense even gets that much more hungry.
Yeah. Well, I would expect both teams to sort of open it up a little bit, I think, in the second half. This is more like the first 3 rounds of a good fight. You feel each other out.
I don't
know. Go for it.
Yeah, and Casey, you made a point in the first half too. Okay, well, we see what the quarterback has in the arm for St. Francis, so let him rip it.
Yeah, they seem to want to throw with very slow developing, multiple motion kinds of things, and that was really a disservice to Griffith because he didn't always have a lot of time.
So one deep ball.
Yeah.
And he took one shot.
But even that was off of the fake reverse.
Right.
Is there a package where he just does a 7-step drop, looks for a guy, and throws the football? Because everything has been, fake this, end around this, and then and by that time, Aiken's already in his lunch.
The other thing too, Case, this may be a giant exercise in. Let's see what might work in the fall.
Yeah.
This works, that doesn't.
That's true.
It's still football. You still got to win the game. And I'd like to think, too, with the way these defenses play up front and, how aggressive St. Francis is with number 8 up to the line of scrimmage. And, obviously St. Thomas More is tough up front, too. But there's got to be that special space, that room 10 or 15 yards off the line of scrimmage where you can slip a tight end and make a play. You saw Frankie Pratz come down one time for St. Thomas More and make himself available. I think if a coach can figure that out a little bit, we could find some room here. You're going to see the offense open up.
Yeah, we were talking before about the rust that we saw in basketball, the rust that we saw that isn't really showing up in baseball for the kids right now. That seems like they're a little bit ahead. Well, there's got to be a tremendous amount of rust. First of all, there's a lot of kids that played in the fall that didn't follow, that aren't here on the spring roster. A lot of kids that haven't played, that didn't play in the fall, that haven't played since 18 months ago. So a lot of these kids that came here haven't played football. Now they've had practices and things like that, but even those have been delayed. So there has got to be some rust. But yet, Timor, this is their first game. The rust that we've seen there certainly isn't on the defensive end. That might be a little bit of what you see on the offensive side of both teams being a little rusty.
I would agree, Mike.
Yeah, you might be right, Case. Defense does always seem to keep ahead of the offense. But this is I was just saying that while you were out, Case, I'm digging the Penn State uniform here.
A little throwback.
This is really
that St. Thomas More wears and the Pittsburgh Steeler-esque uniform for
this
St.
is where
Francis. I had a chance to sit down and watch some of the stuff from the HBO special on St. Francis, and I found it tremendous. I mean, the story of the inner city in Baltimore, and just, there's some big-time athletes coming out of the school the last couple of years too. And the way how the head coach has kind of helped fund the school and the program is a tremendous story.
Well, they're sending kids to Alabama, Tennessee, LSU. And I know there are people who criticize the creation of a sports academy, which is what they're saying they did. But I would challenge anybody to go to East Baltimore, to where St. Francis is, see what that school was before he came in, and say, why do these kids not deserve better facilities? Why do they not deserve teachers that stay, an academic support program? There's a lot of good stuff that came out of it. Certainly the football program being among them.
I guess we're starting.
Yeah,
with a minute on the clock.
Good job, Mike.
They said,
thank you.
They said, hey, Bill Glennie, we'll start when we say we're gonna start. You know what though? He still controls the clock.
He does.
So St. Thomas More will kick off with a 7-2 lead in the beautiful, aforementioned Penn State-esque white uniforms. Garrett Martin will do the kicking.
You noticed the halftime music they just played? They went from the Outcast to AC/DC.
Yeah, you liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a good mix. It was a good mix.
We're going to get a lot of whistles. That was one of those little pooch sort of fair catch kicks, but it was taken by Deontay Malone.
I don't think anybody was ready. I don't think the officials were ready.
You know why? The officials were looking at the clock. There's 30 seconds left.
There we go. Back to the AC/DC.
And we'll try it again. You like this, right?
Yeah, of course. AC/DC, a little thunderstruck here at Ledyard High School.
Just got a text message from my mom. Says that when you were out, me and Mikey D make a great team.
Yes.
I think she's lobbying Sports Doctor for it. But she also said that you need to come down to the Villages because you do very well there.
I would do very well.
She said the Sports Doctor's a handsome man. I think you do very well in the Villages.
I'm on the lake now, so.
Ball comes down. Malone takes it again from his own 25. Gets a block, heads up the middle of the field, and is tripped up after a nice gain. Dan Sims made the tackle, and as per usual, great field position for St. Francis.
Yeah, and shoestring tackle that time by Sims, because if not, the ball carrier had about on the 25 yards. Down at Villages. I was down on Sanibel Island a few weeks ago, and
we know.
Okay. Captive Island.
Yeah.
We know all about it.
I got a couple shots, I'm good. I'm certified now.
11:53 here, starting the second half. St. Francis with the football. New quarterback in the ball game is Michael Van Buren of the Van Buren boys. And he completes a pass to Andrew Jacobs. Comes right out of the chute, throwing the football. Big gain for St. Francis.
Yep, sprint rollout that time by Van Buren. Finds Jacobs in stride. Nice pitch and catch, good for about 25 yards. And, maybe that's the spark that this offense needs right now.
What president of the United States was James Van Buren?
I don't know, 12.
Keith?
12.
Come on. Peter Wappy, what president was he?
No.
Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van
James
Buren.
Van
Okay,
Buren.
there you go. Here we go.
And he was the
Martin Van Buren was number 8.
the 8th president of the United States. The Van Buren boys told us that. First down run. I think we're going to see some new people into the ball game.
You knew that, Peter? He was the 8th president?
Carvin Reeves. Yes, because if you watch Seinfeld, you knew that the Van Buren boys had that as their gang sign. 8th president of the United States.
There you go.
And Jerry couldn't remember it.
Gain of a yard on the play, second down and 9.
Second down and 9 here to start the second half.
No soup for the sports doctor.
No soup for the sports doctor. Very good. So Van Buren will stand in the shotgun. Going to throw the football, a little sprint out right. Dumps it, and nice catch made by Bray, and wrestled down after a gain of about 5, but nice catch by Joe Bray into the...
Pass is complete to Joe Bray.
Well, a different look here for
Tackle
St.
on
Francis
the
on the
play,
offensive set.
19,
Casey
Christian
come out
Egan.
to start second half. New quarterback, sprint rollout,
Gain of
moving
5
and
on
not
the play,
pounding
third
the
down and
football
4.
up front and doing something to jumpstart this offense.
So 3rd and 5, long 4 maybe.
It's 4-down territory.
Van Buren has, and a different set, by the way, with the 2 backs in the backfield. And we're going to get a
false start.
false start.
Flag on the play.
I think it was Carvin Reeves, the running back, actually, who started a little bit ahead of everybody else.
False start on St. Francis. The 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty will back them up, which has been a story
Third
of their
down
offense.
and 9.
Has just not been able to get any rhythm. And outside of the one drive from St. Thomas More, this has been devoid of any offense.
Right. Penalties and, fumbles and mishandled snaps and, the whole gauntlet of miscues in the first half for both teams on the offensive side.
So 3rd and 9, ball at the 38-yard line, St. Francis. And we got a whistle on the field. We're going to get a delay of game. It's going to back St. Francis up even more.
Flag on the play. Delay of game, St. Francis.
Well, is that the problem with a new quarterback in the game, Casey,
5-yard
and you're just
penalty.
trying to get relay information
Third
from the
and
sidelines, and they kind of took their time breaking the huddle there, off the previous play.
Let's go, watch the ball.
So you went from having a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 14
Would be the
without even snapping the football.
2 5-yard penalties will back you up in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
So Van Buren's going to get a chance to throw the football here on 3rd down. But instead, he hands the ball off. And back to the original line of scrimmage goes Bray, and it'll bring up 4th and 10.
Joe Bray.
Joe
on the
Bray,
carry.
junior running back.
Gain
Got
of
room
4
on the
on
right
the
side.
play.
It'd be
up
4th down and 10 and punting. So you went from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 14. You went from possible 2 downs, Casey, to pick up a 1st down, back-to-back 5-yarders, and it's just a drive killer. And just frustrating if you're a coaching staff.
Yep.
Because you come out of the locker room, you make a couple plays, you get something cooking, then you hurt yourself.
Snap is low, but handled. Punt is line drive, bounces at the 10-yard line, heads towards the end zone. St. Francis is going to get a chance to down it inside the 5, all the way down to the 1-yard line. And guess what?
It's a good punt.
St. Thomas More is going to start on their own goal line.
Punt
Again.
by
Yeah, that's a good
Andre
punt.
Jandayan.
But this is the 5th time
Is
they've
down
had this
at
kind of
the
field position.
half-yard
I'm going to
line
say that
by
they
St.
won't get that
Francis.
option look that they had at the end of the first half.
St. Thomas More takes over.
The
1st and 10.
70-yard run off the option.
By the way, I almost feel bad for that kid because if you're going to run 70 yards and not get a touchdown out of it, it's almost like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of running to do for nothing. Oh, little updated. It's a Thunder theme going on
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I get it, the Thunder theme. I like
A
that.
little thunderstruck and a little thunder.
So 7-2, Timor on top, and they're going to have the ball right on their goal line.
They got to hustle here, too.
Mitchell's the quarterback operating out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself, heads to the outside, tries a stiff arm, bounces off of a tackle, and gains about 5 on 1st down. That's another
Mitchell
great
on the
block
carry.
by Frankie
Yeah.
Pratt's on the outside.
Yeah, Frankie Pratt's is doing work. Yeoman's work on the outside as a wide receiver. Just kind of springing his quarterback,
Darius
making a little
Jones
room
in
for
on
him and
tackle
leading
for
the
St.
way.
Francis.
But a good, tough run
Gain
that
of
time
8
by
on the
Mitchell.
play, 2nd down and 2.
Will Mitchell, we talked about him. He is from Saco, Maine, 6'3", 215. Can take a hit, can throw the football, and is in total command out there.
I'll tell you what, though, that 8 yards is huge. Not only does it get you out of the shadow of your own goal, but it gets you a opportunity at, This might be a free
Free
play,
play
too.
at
Like,
second down and 2, yeah.
I'd love to see you know what I'd love to see right here? I'd love to see a tight end or a wide or a guy right up the middle of the field.
Right.
Seam route. Second down. Rolling right, gonna throw, looking for a man, and low balls it to Miles Scott. And it'll be incomplete. Had a chance, Mitchell did on the roll, but just choked that throw a little bit.
He had number 12, Logan Forbes, kind of set up in the middle of the field. He was wide open. He just didn't see him. I mean, again, Forbes came off that tight end position like you were talking about. He was open, he was available, but Mitchell just didn't see him, and it made a bad throw to the outside. But there was your play right there for a tight end.
Yeah, I think it was going to be I think it was a little bit of an RPO. I think he wanted it, and the snap was a little high, so it really never. No. Yeah, the play was never really in sync. Now you got this interesting call right on 3rd and 2. Do you want to run the football? And they've got DJ Clark in the game.
Show me an option look here, maybe.
Yeah, DJ Clark's the one who banged out the 70-yard run at the end of the first half in this same formation. 3rd and a long 2. High snap. Handoff to
Going
Clark.
nowhere.
And that was immediately sniffed out. Derek Moore.
Derek Moore in on
Mike and I were talking at halftime, Keith, that, we're going to be sitting around on the couch in a couple of years, maybe smoking a cigar at Casa O'Brien on an October Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're going to be watching the Oklahoma-Texas A&M game.
and they're going to go,
out there, tackle made by Derek Moore, the St. Francis Academy product. We're going to be like, hey, that kid we saw him at Ledyard.
He could play. I mean, he's one of the special players down there. He's a junior, and boy, he is in on every tackle. And that was a big play too, Casey, because talk about field position now. St. Thomas More's got a punt, and St. Francis should be on the right side of the midfield again.
Now, coming into punt is Tucker Tevapaw, and I want you to take a look at where he's from, Sports Doctor, on your roster, number 17. Snap back of the end zone, gets the punt off. High spiraling kick comes down at the 35-yard line. Beautiful hands. And heading upfield with it is Andrew Jacobs. And again, great field position by St. Francis. They'll have it at the 23-yard line.
And right down the street in Groton.
Groton, Connecticut is where Tevapaw is from. And I've never heard his name before, which makes me wonder, again, we haven't done a football game in 18 months. Who knows?
What was Mike Ellis sitting on over there at Fitch, huh?
Well, we assume you went to Fitch. He doesn't necessarily.
Well, I understand.
Could have gone to someplace else.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. But St. Francis will again have just ridiculous field
gorgeous.
position.
Can we say gorgeous field position?
You can. You did.
Yard line?
Well, you just did, Sports Doctor. The field position is gorgeous. Well, we have a soccer coach in the booth. It's lovely. It's lovely field position. First down. Van Buren. Gonna throw. Steps up. Nice clean pocket. Throws, and he overthrows his intended target. A little bit left of where he was going. Pass was intended for Andrew Jacobs, and it was well defended by Timor.
Boy, Van Buren can let that ball rip, can he? Get that ball in his wheelhouse and that right arm and just let it fly.
Yeah, Sims for St. Thomas More, I think, might have had the best chance at the ball, but it was even over his head. It was just airmailed. Second down and 10. I have a quarter that says they run the football here. Handoff to the outside, and nice bang tackle made as Carvin Reeves bounced it out, and stepping up Will Norman with a big hit. And it'll be 3rd and 8.
Boy, Norman and then Sims filling up again. Casey, they are fast to the football, and they hit you and tackle, and this is a very, very good defensive team for St. Thomas More. We're talking about St. Francis, in the laundry list of recruits, and these kids going everywhere. It's from LSU to Georgia to Oklahoma. But Timor's got some kids out there that can ball as well.
Yeah, well, two things. Number one, that no gain, so 3rd and 10. But Jason Manson, we were talking about that as well. Jason Manson, you're talking about a guy that played for Jack Cochran, went to Iowa, played for a big-time coach there.
Sure.
What a great find that is for St. Thomas More to have him here. Van Buren to throw, has his man. It's complete, well short of the first down. Still wrestling for yardage and wrestling the football. It was Ike White on the catch.
Forward progress was stopped at the 18-yard line. It looked like he caught it about the 60.
Israel Mondrigan on the tackle.
Mondrigan again, one of those kids out there for Coach Manson, making a play on a defensive end.
6 for St. Francis.
So 4th and 6. I mean, only a 4-yard gain there, and they're going to go for it. And because you can't punt it from here. St. Thomas, the best thing that could happen is that they're going for it. It's the only chance St. Thomas More has a decent field position will be stolen.
And a kick.
Oh, we're going to see a field goal. You know what do I know?
Timeout.
And we'll get a timeout so they can talk about it first.
Timeout taken by St. Francis.
Yep, so it's Jendayan is the kicker, and he's also the punter, so he's going to come in. Now, I did watch him in pregame hitting them from as far out as 40 yards. So he's got the leg for it. Biggest difficulty that we see, even at this level, is clean snap and give the guy enough time to get that kickoff.
Who was the coach of Iowa Manson played there? Was it
we were wondering if it was Ferentz or if it was one.
That was a long time ago. Mike Hayden Fry. He's been out of the game a long time. How old is Jason? 30?
No, older than that.
He's older than that?
Yeah, Jack's been out of coaching for 10 years.
No, that's true. That's a good question, but yeah, I talked to him before the game. He did not look that old.
I'm going to say he played for Ferentz, but I'm also going to say he's older than you think he is. I'm going to say he's 40.
Okay.
Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. Long field goal from Andre Jendayan. All the way.
From
35-yard field goal, and I think they left 2 runners on base. 7-5.
7-5, yeah.
Still in the lead.
Yeah, bottom of the 7th. Yeah, there was you talk about Iowa football and Jason Manson. It's a good run. It's Hayden Fry, Kirk Ferentz. Casey, one of those teams and one of those programs every year that was no worse than say 9-3. Sometimes they would sneak an appearance into the Orange Bowl at 10-1, but a lot of football talent at Iowa.
Yeah, I never forgave Iowa after Chuck Long burned me on a backdoor New Year's Day cover in the Rose Bowl.
Second, I think it was the closest or the second closest Heisman voting race ever between Bo Jackson and Chuck Long back in '85.
Which is hilarious when you think about it.
Kirk Ferentz, he played for Kirk Ferentz, yeah.
Which is hilarious when you think about it because Bo Jackson and Chuck Long should never be mentioned in the same sentence for anything.
One's arguably one of the greatest athletes of my time, in our time, and just dual sports and everything before he got hurt.
Yep.
And Chuck Long, had a great career at Iowa, but never maybe had a cup of coffee in the NFL.
One's might be the greatest athlete in the history of college sports. The other's Chuck Long.
Yeah.
End over end kick comes down to the 10-yard line, taken by Logan Forbes. Forbes has a seam, breaks a tackle, crosses the 50-yard line, still on his feet, crosses the 40, all the way down to the 35-yard line. Logan Forbes, big return, great field position for St. Thomas More.
Yeah, talking to both coaches before the game, they said special teams going to play a big part here, and they see a huge run back for St. Thomas More.
Great field position. Again, Timor has rarely been able to start anything in this kind of field position, and they're in great shape on the St. Francis side of the ball, side of the field rather, with the ball at the 36-yard line. We've got an injured Chancellor on the field, so we'll keep it here and talk for a moment. There's a question. Better athlete, Bo Jackson or Herschel Walker?
Bo Jackson. Herschel, to me, Casey, I talk about myself at 52 years old. Herschel Walker is probably third or fourth best college running back I've ever seen in my life. He was tremendous. I was a young kid, Barry Sanders, obviously, Reggie Bush, some of the names that come to mind. There's been a lot of them, and Bo Jackson as well, but I think Herschel Walker was a better all-around running back than Bo Jackson. Better athlete, Bo.
Better physical specimen, Herschel Walker. Better athlete, Bo Jackson. But not by much physical specimen.
No.
Herschel Walker might be the most perfectly sculpted athlete we've ever seen.
Wasn't he trying out for the Olympic bobsled team at one point, too? Remember Herschel Walker was trying out for that? There's been some great college running backs. Boy, oh boy. They're bringing back memories here. Here's a kick return, Casey, by Forbes. And again, he just gets a little bit of steam, sticks his head down. He beats a man on the outside. And hold on to the football right there. Pratt's leading the way. Frankie Pratt's doing his job blocking, but a huge run back for St. Thomas More. They will set up shop at the 36-yard line.
When Forbes blew by Pratt suddenly looked like, well, I need someone to block. Yeah. What are you doing?
Frankie's like, just wait a second. Yeah. But, you talk about, when we talk about the lineage of college football for some of these kids out here and some of these coaches, we'll talk about the running back position. Think about how many different collegiate running backs that have been great. And I'm not talking about good. I'm talking about great in the last 30 years. Sometimes they didn't equate to the NFL, But in college football, I mean, was there a more electrifying player than Reggie Bush back in the day?
No.
I mean, he was tremendous.
Well, yeah, I mean, Reggie. So when the first electric running backs that pop into my head for college.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders.
Awesome.
Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Now the only reason Marshall Faulk wasn't more of a household name is he played at San Diego State.
Yeah,
you had to watch it. You had to wait till midnight to watch him play.
He was a Heisman finalist all 3 years in college.
Yeah.
He was a Heisman finalist. He was at the downtown athletic club all 3 years.
Now here's my Marshall Faulk, the lineage to Connecticut. Here's Marshall Faulk's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon to Connecticut.
All right.
Marshall Faulk was his lead blocker, his big left tackle when he was at San Diego State. Mike DeMauro was who? And Sonia's Ramondo Stallings.
There you go. Good stuff.
And
a lot of history.
We'll share a Ramondo Stallings tale
Here we go.
after this first
I
half.
think it's in London, right?
100%.
Big run.
Big hole up the middle, heading to the house, and he falls down. He falls down, tackled by the 12-yard line. Big hit by the 12-yard line. And we don't have him on our roster, number 14. But I got to tell you, I didn't know the 12-yard line could tackle like that.
Huge run.
He had no one there.
The draw play has paid big dividends here for St. Thomas More on the offensive end.
First and goal, ball just inside the 10-yard line, and Whitney will be the quarterback. Whitney, handoff again, and not much there. Interior of the line with the tackle force. St. Francis coming off of the pile for them is number 27. That's Donovan Cornish.
Mike DeMauro working overtime, getting his names for rosters, and Mike is stepping up his game tonight, is he not?
He is. So second and goal, ball is at the 9-yard line, 9.5.
What a big run after the long run back on the punt for St. Thomas More.
Yeah, back to back. And he really had no one. He had no one to beat. He just tripped over his own feet at the 12-yard line. Whitney gonna throw, has time, and Scott zigged. Whitney thought he was gonna zag, and incomplete.
Yeah, one's running to the post, and the throw was to the pylon. How's that?
Donovan Cornish on the coverage. So when New London High School went to the state championship game to play Ansonia, Ansonia had a couple of really big-time prospects, one of whom was Ramondo Stallings, who was goes on to San Diego State.
Yeah.
Biggest guy in the field. And
Huge,
our own Jason Appleby, who ends up at UConn eventually, and Jason Appleby ate his lunch for 4 quarters.
Wow.
And the guy went on to San Diego State. So Appleby was always saying, hey, see that guy blocking for Falk? I ate his lunch.
Yeah.
Third and goal. Motion man is Forbes. Little delayed handoff up the middle. Breaking a tackle and getting down to the 5-yard line is number 14.
Good stop that time on the outside by Barnum. Saved a touchdown. Jay-Sean Barnum on the stop.
Gain of a couple.
Be 4th down, Casey. And goal from the 6.
Yeah, you go for it here because you want to give them a taste of their own medicine. If you don't get it, I like my defense pinning them back in here, so we're going to go for it.
I want to throw the football here, though.
I want to see Frankie Prats run a little in route.
Let him sit down, get a little space, and zip it to him.
That's right.
Got good hands. He can catch a football.
And he is
on the tight end. Yep. He's on the right side.
I want to send him in motion, and I want him to do a little sit route. There he goes in motion. Rolling left, pressured, and that's a bad play because now you're not on the 6-yard line anymore. Tackle out there made
by Barnum. Yep.
And
Sean Barnum.
Deshaun
Barnum came off the edge, Casey, and that play was doomed from the get-go.
So number 14 for St. Thomas More is Ethan Sutton. So that's the running back who we called Ethan Sutton.
Good job, Mike.
So 1st and 10.
Well, there you go. I'm sorry, Casey. After the field goal made by St. Francis, St. Thomas More, a big return and a big run, and had a chance to get 6 on the board, and came away with nothing.
Yeah, I don't like that call on 4th down. Because the one thing you had was pinning them back, and now you don't quite have as much handoff on 1st down. It's going to be a decent gain, 5 yards off right tackle. Looks like it was Bray, and that's a good gain. When you're backed up like that, you're going to probably see them rely on the running game.
Yep, straight power football out the right side that time by Bray, sticking his head down and getting 6 yards, or 5 yards anyway. Second down and 5. And again here, the goal is to hang on the football, get a first down, get a little breathing room. 3:30 and counting in the third quarter.
7-5, St. Thomas More on the one touchdown from Will Mitchell that we've seen in the game, and a field goal and a safety on the other side for St. Francis. Handoff up to the 20-yard line.
Bray again on the carry.
It'll bring up third and we'll call it a short 2.
Bray on the carry again. Tackled by several STM.
Just cleared by
Short
the doctor
gain on
today.
the
That's
play,
why he's not on the
third
roster.
down and
Was
2.
Ethan Sutton. Yeah, Ethan Sutton. And I'll tell you what.
Okay.
You know what the part of the problem was he tripped over the 12-yard line. That was why he was part of the problem. But I'm glad to see him back on the field. I'm sure he's excited to be back playing
Big
football.
third down for this Chancellor defense.
In motion goes Jacobs. Handoff, first down as crossing the 25-yard line to the 27. Goes Bray, so move the chains.
Give credit to the offensive line that time. Big number 77, Marcus Johnson, up front, junior offensive lineman.
So I have to say, the biggest thing that strikes me about what we're watching that makes it different than high school football is the size that we're seeing out there. I mean,
that kid's huge.
It's Division I offensive line sizes that we're seeing, as well as the skill position players. Van Buren pressured, and down he goes. Chris Dixon.
Chris Dixon for a tackle.
Chris Dixon came in untouched that time to make the sack, and that's a huge play. A loss of 10 yards on the play, Casey. We'll bring up second down and 20.
Crossed the border, did Dixon from Canada, rushed right through the line and made the sack.
No papers needed. Not on that one.
Dixon, who plays hockey. How do I know that? He's from Canada. Is
That's a given, yeah. It's a given.
Is that just a terrible stereotype?
Yeah, it's a given, no.
Not all Canadians play. I'm sure he doesn't love maple syrup. Oh, what a great defensive play. Back to back. Once again, it was Dixon. Van Buren was trying to set up. I love the idea.
Yeah.
Trying to set up a little middle screen, and Dixon read it, knocked it down, and it'll bring up third and 20.
Boy, you go through periods of this game where Dixon will make some plays, and then Aiken will make some plays. So this defense for St. Thomas More, especially up the middle, has stepped up.
We've called Will Norman's name, and we've called Mondragon's name.
Sims.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Hey, you see right through the middle on the screen, and Dixon putting his hands up.
That's the thing. They let him in, right? They left the door open,
Yeah.
but he came in hands up.
With third down and 20 right now. A coach's nightmare on a play call if you're the OC for St. Francis.
Van Buren, handoff, Bray. Breaks a tackle and gets up to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line.
A good stop by Sims, Casey, because Bray had some green grass in front of him, and Daniel Sims got down low and made that stop. He is from Stamford, Connecticut.
So Olete and Sims will go back to receive the punt. And again, very shallow. What did we not learn from the previous punt? There we go. Now they're backing up to midfield. All right.
Olete and Sims back deep.
Punt is a low line drive.
Get out of
it's
the
going
way.
to hit somebody. And what a great result for the punter. That's going to get all the way down to the Timor 30-yard line. So the low line drive punt was never maybe more than 5 feet off the ground.
How many guys down there? It's like my driver. How many guys down there yelling poison, poison, poison for the St. Thomas More coaching staff? Fire, poison.
So speaking of poison, we're driving here to Ledyard High School, and the great Belle Biv DeVoe song, Poison, comes on. And,
Sure.
And my son starts singing it, and I said, how do you know this song? And the answer to that question for anyone who knows, he goes, oh, TikTok.
TikTok, all right,
There's a TikTok challenge. How old were your parents when this song came out? And people post pictures of their parents for when they were listening to Poison. But listen, every song if he knows a song from the 80s or 90s, TikTok. You were 21 years old? And you know exactly where you were at that song. First down, pass over the head of Scott, just off the fingertips. Mitchell was a little bit high with that one. It'll be second down.
Is incomplete.
Mitchell back in the game at quarterback for the Chancellors.
Second down and 10.
So under a minute left to go here in the third quarter, Casey. Second down and 10 from your 32-yard line. St. Thomas More with the football in the third quarter that didn't see a lot of action.
Yeah, 39 seconds, and right now, this is this is prime Timor territory. With 39 seconds remaining, there's a good chance we'll see them run something fun. I will say offensively, they do have a fun playbook. So we got trip receivers to the right. Scott is wide left. Mitchell, delayed handoff. Johnny Martin with the carry. He crosses the line of scrimmage and gains about 4. And it'll be
Martin on the carry.
Get a little chippy down there.
3rd and 6.
Tackled by Jay Sean
A little woofing going on down there. Big number 56 for St. Thomas More. Offensive lineman.
That's Dante
Avery.
Farmer.
I'm sorry.
56 is Dante Farmer. Not on the roster. Added him late.
Oh, I'm talking about the offensive lineman for St. Thomas More, Big Avery Watts.
Oh, that's a whole different
offensive lineman
it's
down there.
It's a whole different story.
Come on, yeah, I came in. He's woofing a little bit.
3rd and 6 for St. Thomas More. Ball at the 30-yard line and a...
Won't get that play off. End of the quarter.
All right, we're at the end of 3. You're coming on back. Fourth quarter action. We got a tight one here. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
I know not to use my phone when I'm driving, but not everyone complies with the law. So when a distracted driver hit me and I couldn't afford recovery, I turned to an experienced team of attorneys for help.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
About to start the fourth quarter here at Ledyard High School with the St. Thomas More Chancellors. A slim 7-5 lead over the St. Francis Academy Panthers. Taking the bus down from East Baltimore. Casey O'Neill in the sports, Dr. Keith O'Brien, and ready to start some fourth quarter action.
Fourth quarter's winning time. You talk about St. Thomas More, Casey. I can actually see the college, see the campus from my house. So when you come over, you get a good look at St. Thomas More and the church across the lake. It's a beautiful setting.
Right on the
gorgeous.
Right on Gardner's Lake.
Gorgeous.
Mitchell to throw. Little screen. Out it goes. Logan Forbes with the catch, but not much there.
Logan Forbes.
He'll gain about 3, and it'll be 4th and 6. Ball at the 35-yard line, and under normal circumstances, I'd expect a punt.
4th down and 6.
Boy, they may go for it here, huh?
Well,
Are they going to go for it and just trust your defense to make some plays? Again?
I don't know why.
They're going to go.
I'm going to send Will Mitchell in. I don't know why you would, but, I haven't really figured out what Jason's doing, but that's,
Well, I mean, he's the coach.
Yeah, I'm not, it's not.
And you got to hustle here because you're up against the play clock a little bit, too. Yep.
All right, 4th and 6.
Under 5. They call timeout. Once that back judge, they was very slow, making the decision to go for it on 4th down, and even slower getting the play in. And then as soon as that back judge pushes his hands up, you got, 5 seconds to snap the football. And, if you're not set, you got problems. So they're going to talk things over a little bit. I'll be surprised if they come out of this break going for it.
If that's the case, then that's an incredible waste of a timeout.
Well,
little Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Whoever's in charge of the music here gets A+ at Ledyard High School. A+. Bill Glennie over there, yeah. You guys don't like the music? Tremendous.
That's about kidding. This is the music.
Tremendous.
It's the music of my childhood right here. Yeah. I was, best drum solo of all time. Yeah. For this, and I'm gonna, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna nail this drum solo when I get this chance.
My favorite thing about basketball games at Ledyard is all the kids from Ledyard drum along to the drum solo.
Yeah. Yep. See a little Mike Tyson in you there, a little hangover drum solo.
Yeah.
But in the air tonight. See Jamie Foxx is playing Mike Tyson in a movie coming up?
I did
you
not,
see that?
but he'll be great at it.
He's like 53 years old and ripped.
He'll be great at it, though,
Yeah,
he'll nail the voice,
awesome.
still. That's the key. All right, 4th down. Mitchell from the shotgun. Snap is good. He rolls, keeps it himself, has a hole, breaks a tackle. 1st down to the 50-yard line. The wheels of Will Mitchell have been the story for St. Thomas More tonight. A big first down.
I think that was a designed run, Casey, that time. I don't think Mitchell intended to throw that ball one bit. He came off the edge, and he just put his head down and went sprint rollout, quarterback keeper the whole way.
Yeah, Donovan Cornish on the tackle. And unfortunately, we have a injured Chancellor on the ground here, so we will keep it with us. Again, we want to say this replay. Now, you're right, Sports Doctor. I don't think there was any threat of a pass here.
No, you'll watch Mitchell take the snap. He comes down the line, and he was just going to go for it the whole way.
You know, he's got some good wheels. He's got some toughness, and the big plays today, you know, that first down, of course, the touchdown earlier in the game, the only touchdown of the game, Will Mitchell, quarterback out of Sacco, Maine.
Sacco, Maine. Yeah. Sacco,
Maine.
He knows that, yeah.
Again, in a football game, as a quarterback, do you really want to be from Sacco?
No, you don't.
11 minutes remaining here in the third period, 7-5, St. Thomas More. And getting to his feet very good is number 77, Sidney Fugar, the 6'7".
You got a cramp or Charlie horse or something like that.
Well, when you're 6'7", 345 pounds, every step is a calf workout.
That's a big man right there.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And again, that's
crampy.
I mean, that is a cramp. It is a 6'7", huh?
A large gentleman.
Athletic.
Yeah,
He's trying to work that cramp out a little bit, yeah.
Stomping his foot. He's not happy. I got news
it's
for
like
you.
Leaping Larry right there. There's your Seinfeld reference, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say a word about Mitchell breaks the tackle, pressure, throws it deep downfield, has a man, and he just overthrows Antonio Robinson, who was open and would have been in the end zone for 6.
That's all Mitchell right there, breaking the tackles, stepping up, and throwing a ball, deep ball, Casey, just slightly overthrown for Robinson, but Robinson had a step on the defender, and that was 6 points for the taking.
You know, we've seen Mitchell make great plays with his legs. So I said to myself, maybe he's a mobile running quarterback. And he just threw it 55 yards on a dime off his right foot, rolling right. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's
a little more than what you think.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Big arm.
Will Mitchell can throw the football. Well, you know, they grow him that way up in Maine. Strong arms, and the homage to the University of Maine quarterback, John Buck. You like that name?
Yes.
Mitchell rolls, looking for a block from Prats, keeps it, breaks a tackle, and he'll be up ahead to the 45-yard line. Right now, Will Mitchell doing it all.
Yeah, 7 yards from nothing. 7 yards from running for your life, sticking your head down and finishing a run. Will Mitchell, he's, I'll tell you what, if St. Thomas More hangs on to win this game, he'd be hard-pressed for us not to pick him as the player of the game. I'll tell you that.
I agree.
He's played well.
Yeah, he's done it with his. Do you remember John Buck?
Yeah, John Buck. Yeah.
I told Peter Wappy this story before the game. Scott Vendetto, my cousin Scott, was an all-state quarterback out of Montville, led them to a state final where they lost to St. Joseph's. Goes to Maine as a quarterback, right? And in the first practice, this new guy comes in, throws a long pass. John Buck, Scott turned and goes, "Can I move to wide receiver? Because I know I'm not going to get any time at quarterback."
Played golf with Scott in Arizona.
That's right. Delayed handoff, big hole. Martin crosses the 25 down to the 20-yard line. Johnny Martin has the Chancellors in the red zone.
Well, there you see right there, Casey. Couple plays to the outside by the quarterback. It softens up the middle. The delay, the defense is caught napping, and a big run up front by Martin, and he finishes the run. And right now, I think St. Thomas More is starting to wear out the defensive line for St. Francis as well. Different John Buck.
It's a good call, though.
Yeah. Big run there by Martin.
Yep, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. St. Thomas More starting to feel a little bit something on the offensive end. This is another good drive with Mitchell at the helm. Now he's going to throw on 1st down. One-on-one in the corner. Ball's up, and looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Yeah,
that ball was caught, though.
It was caught by Robinson, but out of bounds. That's his target. Robinson getting looks from Arizona and Kansas, among other places.
Right, and he's throwing that ball to the back pylon and telling his guy to go make a play on it, and just ball drifted a little bit, but Robinson went and got it.
Just to say, if you had Arizona and Kansas both looking at you.
Yeah, I'd go to Arizona.
You could go to school in Arizona or Kansas.
Kansas.
I mean,
where is Kansas? Is it Manhattan? No, that's Kansas State.
That's Kansas State.
Lawrence, it's in Lawrence, that's right.
You know what else is in Lawrence? Not a thing.
Not much. Yeah, I go to Arizona, thanks. Wildcats.
Second down. And that's what, Tempe? Or is that Arizona State?
It's Arizona's.
That's
Tucson. Yeah.
Tempe's Arizona State. Mitchell throws. Robinson, well defended. Nothing there. Tackle made immediately by Javonte Woods.
Antonio Robinson.
So nothing there. Loss in the play, and that's going to back up St. Thomas
Woods
more.
on
It'll
the
be
tackle.
3rd and 15.
Loss of 5, and Woods kind of snuffed out that screen and jumped the route. Good tackle on the outside by Woods.
See a concerted effort. We've seen a lot of throws out to Miles Scott. Clearly the word is out. Get the ball to Robinson, as he's been a primary target here the last few minutes. 3rd and 15. What do you got here? What's your 3rd and 15 call?
Yeah, I'm going to go inside handoff for Martin, or maybe I'll look at that option again and just see what I can get out of that defense. And let's let quarterback make a play.
Robinson's at the bottom of the screen. Mitchell steps up, keeps it himself, rolls, tries to get to the outside, and nice tackle made on the edge by Barham. Jay-Sean Barham with the tackle and saved a big run from Mitchell.
Yeah, and again, Mitchell did a lot of running there, but just barely got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 4th down and 15. He lost a yard on that play, actually.
You're in no man's land here, though, right, Sports Doctor? 26-yard line. You're not going to punt it.
They don't go for it.
You can't go for a field goal, right, because it's a 50, almost a 45-yard field goal. So you go for it in an oncoming 4th and 15 is such an uncomfortable place to go for it.
I mean, listen, let's get Robinson involved again. Maybe he can get a pass interference penalty. Maybe he can make a catch and make a play.
Yeah, ball at the 26.
Frankie Pratt, he's caught a 15-yard pass or 2 in his day.
Yeah, all you got to do is channel Killingly High School Redmen, or back in the day, that's what they were. And they're not going to get this play off. They're going to get a delay of game, and then they may punt it.
Timeout.
That's an interesting time. I would.
Again, they've burned 2 timeouts here in the second half.
Isn't it easier to take the penalty and punt
by
it?
St. Thomas More, their second.
Yeah, I don't. What's the confusion? So if the confusion is to go for it, is the confusion the play call, or is the confusion the personnel? I'm not too sure. Once you said you're going to go for it, you love the music here. Once you said you're going to go for it, then let's run the play. How's the pain?
Yeah, we'll do a little jump around.
Yeah.
So as we pack it up and pack it in.
Let me begin.
So, yeah, my son's got his Celtics jersey on. That's a House of Pain tribute right there.
All right.
So here's what confuses me about this. You call a timeout, which are precious, so that you can try to go for it on 4th and 15, which is probably a 10% success rate of that. If you if you keep the timeout, take the 5-yard penalty, and punt it, you're not going to be any worse. You'll probably be better off than when you don't get it on 4th and 15.
Right.
So you burn a timeout to maybe lose 10 yards for the 10% chance of getting the first down.
Look for Robinson here.
Mitchell to throw. Has time, steps up, has his man, and we're going to get a pass interference penalty in the end zone.
Yes.
What a brilliant call by Jason Manson.
Yeah, he dragged him down. I don't know if there was a catchable ball, but Robinson had a step, and the defender just blatantly dragged him down.
Javonte Woods was beat, and Robinson had a touchdown. That ball was right in Robinson's number, and that's a pass interference penalty. And that's why you go for it on 4th and 15. That's why you take a timeout to go for it on 4th and 15. Now, here's the thing. It's a automatic first down.
Let's get a look at this play again, Casey.
Remember that at the point of when he gets dragged down, this ball is, that ball's right in his numbers. That hits him in stride if he's not dragged down.
Yep.
First down.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I give Javonte Woods credit. Oh, yeah, that ball's right. That ball's right in his, that ball's right in Mike. If he's standing up, the ball's right in his numbers. Here's the thing, though. Javonte Woods didn't kind of pass interfere with him.
Well, it's not a first down. It's 4th and Javonte Woods tackled him. It's 4th down and, say, 3/4 of a yard here.
So it's not an automatic first down. It's just a 15-yard penalty.
Yes.
It's not an automatic first down?
But it's not.
We're playing Federation rules if it's not an automatic first down. Everywhere in the world it is, and that's what they're talking about right now.
Are we playing? I don't know if we're playing
College rules or
high school rules, Mike. I mean, it was 4th and 16, obviously. So What they're trying to tell you is,
fourth down and short.
It must be high school
STM,
federation
fourth
rules
down.
because that's not.
so it's 4th and 4 now. It's only a 10-yard penalty.
So then,
wow.
then it becomes a great pass interference on the behalf of St. Francis.
Option.
You're going to run it, keep it, and he's not going to get it because hitting him right at the line of scrimmage was Deontay Malone, and the St. Francis defense holds.
Well, that's how you
Donovan
defend the
Cornish
option.
on
Malone
the
kind of
tackle.
stepped up and took away Martin and forced the quarterback
Well,
up. That was a
Mitchell
great
just
defensive
short
stop right
on
there.
the
Yeah,
play.
Donovan
St.
Cornish,
Francis
Derek
takes over
Moore all in on it
and
as well. And what an odd series of events. We've had a few odd series of events here tonight.
Wonky.
So 7:10 remaining in the game. And one thing to consider is we know that the St. Francis kicker can bang the football, which is of note. He is going into the wind. But, I mean, if you're at the 20-yard line with a chance to win it, I think you go for I think a 37-yard field goal is in his range. See what that Timor defense can draw up here. Michael Van Buren remains in quarterback. Fakes the handoff, keeps it to himself, and not much there. Well defended by Timor. Sam Whitney.
Michael
Excuse
Van
me, that's
Buren on the
Chris
carry.
Hudson.
Check that, yes.
Chris Hudson,
Chris
defensive
Hudson.
back on the
Pushed out of
outside.
bounds for a gain of 4 on the play.
Hudson was right there. Hudson,
Second
of course,
down
from
and
West
6.
Hartford. Weehaw.
Good food there, West Hartford. Blueback Square. Weehaw.
Weehaw. As opposed to South Norwalk. You know what South Norwalk is? Sono.
So no. Okay.
Very disappointed. Oh, they don't teach you that?
No, I'm good. I'm all set with that.
You know what they call Essex?
Essex.
That's right.
Yeah.
Second down and 6. Van Buren from the shotgun. Going to throw the football. Pressured from the outside. Steps up and wrestled down right about the line of scrimmage. Not much there. Your guy,
Yeah.
Chris Dixon.
Yeah, Chris Dixon is having himself a ball
Another
game.
tackle for
Also,
St.
number
Thomas
2,
More,
Will
Chris
Norman,
Dixon and
finishing
Will
off on
Norman.
that stop as well, Casey.
Van
And they
Buren
are
on the
quick
keeper,
to the
gain of
football. This
half
St.
a
Thomas
yard
More
on the play.
defense.
Third
down
and
and
5.
Boy, you get a couple of guys up front anchoring things down. You get a couple playmakers in that defensive backfield, and you can wreak havoc against the team's quarterback.
Third and 5. Aiken comes up to the line from linebacker. Now he drops back a little bit. Van Buren will throw, and it's knocked down, tipped almost immediately. That's Allen, Brian Allen Jr.
Brian Allen Jr.
Brian
on
Allen
the
came
pass
clean
breakup.
off the edge that time and read that play like a book.
Fourth
Jumped up,
down
knocked it
and
down.
5.
Talk about a huge play. You're not only going to get the ball back, but you're also going to keep field position, hopefully on the left side of the 50-yard line if you're St. Thomas More.
Do you feel like you're broadcasting a college game or a high school game?
Yes.
The speed and size makes me feel like college.
Sims
Yeah.
and
The
Ovalate, back
rustiness
deep for
makes
St.
me feel
Thomas
like
More.
high school.
I mean, you got a couple of kids over there, 300 pounds out there, Casey. We don't see 300 pounds in our league.
No. Here's a low line drive punt. Taken on the run by Sims. Crosses the 40 to the 35-yard line. So good field position for St. Thomas
There you go.
More.
The coaching staff got your memo to field the punt, and Sims takes it
Pushed
back
out of
16
bounds
yards,
at the
and they set up
35-yard
shop
line.
inside the 35-yard line.
St. Thomas More
Unlike
begins
in the first half where
and
St.
10.
Thomas More never had good field position.
Right.
Now they've had 2 or 3 possessions here where they've at least operated on the St. Francis side of things.
All right, so you're 1st and 10 from the 36, 6:16 left to go. You're up 7-5. Boy, I got to think, run your stuff, chew some clock.
First down, I'm going play action. I'm sending the same play that I got the pass
All right.
interference play on. I'm taking a
Try
shot.
and get Robinson. You're going to take a shot on first
Taking
down.
a shot. Then on 2nd and 3rd down, maybe I will run the ball and take some clock. But they're not inclined to punt the football. So
No.
if I'm not going to punt the football.
No, I wouldn't punt the football.
Joe Martin's the running back, standing next to Will Mitchell.
Yeah, one-on-one with no help with Robinson up top.
He hands off to Martin. Martin bunts it to the outside, and he'll gain a couple. Not
That's going
much.
to be a hold on number 77. Big
Martin
man on the outside
carry.
for
Pushed
St.
out of
Thomas
bounds by
More.
That's
Darius
Sidney
Jones.
Fugar,
There's
and that's
flag on
that's
the
a
play.
result too. He's the kid that came out with a cramp.
Yeah.
Maybe still a little, those cramps sometimes,
Coach's
tighten
argument.
up.
I'm sorry, coach's argument. That was a hold.
Offense.
You could see that from the booth.
He's going to back him up on first down, so that
10-yard penalty.
Yep. Deep post Casey is available. Nobody in the middle of the field. Robinson one-on-one
Bring
up
up
top.
First down and 20.
so 1st and 20. St. Thomas More backed up here.
Costly.
Just still inside the St. Francis side of things. Martin will check out of the game, and DJ Clark will check in for St. Thomas More at the running back spot.
Still first down, Casey, and you can still take your shot, right? So again, Robinson one-on-one coverage up top, no deep safety.
Yep. Cam Johnson, the defensive back, is up with him.
There's no help over there.
No one in the middle of the field. Roll right. Instead, hitch and go. Wasn't there. Middle of the field. Mitchell takes off, and he'll cross the 40-yard line. So they wanted to go hitch and go, and
he was looking for Forbes on the hitch and go, and a nice job that time by Francis staying home. But they wanted to throw the ball deep there.
A 7-yard gain, though, on first down, so it puts him back in decent spot here, 2nd and 13.
Manageable.
Yeah, pretty much all on the legs of Will Mitchell. I mean, he's been really, really great, recognizing pressure, stepping up, gives them a legit threat to, there's yards that they weren't supposed to have as that hitch and go went nowhere. Sniffed out well by the St. Francis defense. 2nd down, and there's Mitchell, avoids pressure, keeps it himself, breaks a tackle, and he's upended. We're going to get a flag.
That's going to be a low hit.
There is a flag on the play.
That back judge threw the flag, and I think it's going to be a hit at Mitchell's knees right there. It's going to be a personal foul. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's either that or a hold.
And we're going to get a
holding on the offense.
Holding. All right. The back judge threw that flag, which made me to think that he saw the defender coming in and submarining. Casey, that play originally was an inside draw.
Yes.
And it got blown up on the outside by St. Francis, and Mitchell kept it himself. So, holding penalty costly. It'll be 2nd down and, say, 25 now.
Mitchell stays in the game, and that
is a tough call. That's a tough call from the back judge. Yeah, from the back judge.
Yeah, they're going to back him up now, and it's going to be back to 2nd and 20 again.
Yeah. But that's a tough call for the back judge to make on a play that was blown up at the line of scrimmage and tackled 3 yards down, downfield.
But we don't know where the hold was. We don't know where the hold was called. I mean, he could have been staring right at it, as it could have been off on the end on that side.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I thought it would have been a low hit on the quarterback. I was wrong.
Under 5 minutes remaining, and 2nd down for St. Thomas More. Mitchell wants to throw. Middle of the field, has Pratt's gain of about 6. We'll take it to the 40-yard line, and that'll knock it down to 3rd and 15.
They're still chipping away at penalty yards here.
They are, but more importantly,
the clock is moving. Yeah.
Yeah, and St. Francis has not really shown any sort of ability to move the football. You got to be concerned about big plays, obviously, but. Third and 15. Robinson goes out wide right with Logan Forbes. Scott's at the bottom of the picture. Mitchell's going to throw, this time pressured, and he'll be sacked. Back at midfield, shooting in Donovan Cornish from his defensive back position. And that'll end this drive. It'll be 4th and
10 on the play.
We're going to have to go to Jersey to get the first
down.
down.
Coverage sack that time by St. Francis, Casey. As Mitchell was looking downfield. Cornish stepped up, made the play, came out of the backfield at his secondary. Extra body coming in, unaccounted for. Clean hit on the quarterback. And, in a drive which started so promisingly for St. Thomas More, it is 4th down in a country mile. They're going to go for it.
Okay.
No, they're going to punt.
No, they're going to go for it.
Wow, they're going to go for it. 4th and
4th and 30 yards.
25, 26. Yeah.
All right, and the quarterback's going to punt.
Pooch punt.
Yeah, pooch punt. We love those. Ball's going to bounce to the 20, take a T-more bounce, and roll inside the 15, and it'll be down right about the 15-yard line. So good call there. 85 yards for St. Francis with 3:16 remaining as they trail 7-5.
And thus far in this ball game, St. Francis' offense hasn't showed you anything that they're going to move the ball, 75 yards against this defense. It's 85 yards, against this defense. So St. Thomas More right now is going to have to call on their defense once again to make plays. And we know the names. They're out there, Will Norman and, Daniel Sims and Christian Aiken and obviously your guy, Brian Allen Jr. They're all out there.
First down and
false start.
Flag on the play. False start.
I think that was 52, Casey, jumping out there for St. Francis.
Should be noted, by the
First
way,
and
that St.
15.
Francis has put a new quarterback into the game, Jordan Brooks. Tough spot to come into the ball game for your first snap with 3 minutes remaining and 85 yards to go. And there's where your penalty comes from.
He's in it to win it.
So Brooks, a lot to ask. Hands the ball off up the middle, gain of a couple yards, but that doesn't strike me as a team looking to go down 85 yards away. So 2nd and 12.
Carvin Reeves on the carry.
Reeves with the carry.
STM line.
Coach possibly sending a message to his team right now that we're going to, this is spring football and we're going to get everybody a touch.
Maybe.
We're going to give everybody a chance and everybody an opportunity. And St. Francis is going to call timeout.
2:44 remaining here in the ball game. St. Thomas More on top, 7-5.
What is the? I mean, that is the big question too. What is the mindset of spring football? You know, from both of these coaches. Obviously, you got a program over here that, from St. Francis, is just renowned throughout the country. Never mind from the city of Baltimore. Any of it's St. Thomas More. I'll ask Mike that. Pete, can you put Mike on real quick? You know, what do you think the message is from both of these coaches in this football game today? Is it to win this game, or is it to find out what you got in some of your kids for next year?
Well, Keith, I guess I don't understand why, if you're St. Francis, you would come 6 or 7 hours on a bus and not try to win.
Right.
You know, St. Thomas More, I can see you're just down the road a little bit.
Right.
You want to try things out, okay, but why would you come this far and not try?
I don't. Stamp on it. Okay.
Yes.
I'll answer that question after this play. Fake handoff. End around it goes to Ike White. White gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, and not much more. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. So,
my man Aiken on the stop out there doing his thing.
First of all, the answer to that is because that's what they do. They travel around the country to play football because of the issues they've had with their conference and their program. So the travel part isn't a big deal. I think spring football is spring training. I think I think the idea of what we looking to see what we have. So you're putting people into game situations. And that's right now what they're doing. I'm going to take a shot at that. I could be wrong. Jordan Brooks rolls, throws, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. It was in the hands of Jordan Johnson, and he would have had 6 going the other way, but instead it'll be 4th down, and perhaps I don't think it'll be the last breath, but certainly one of the final breaths here for St. Francis. Jordan Johnson right now has to be just kicking himself. He had 6.
Let's go deep. Finish it up. Let's go.
4th down. 8 yards to go.
Ball game
at the 15-yard line. Brooks pressured. Steps up over the middle. Has a man. Incomplete. Flag down in the backfield, however. Pass was intended for Ike White, and I think we're going to get a rough in the passer call.
White is incomplete.
And we are.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
So more important than the 15 yards, this is going to stop the clock and give the St. Francis Panthers a chance here to keep this drive going.
The one thing you don't want to do is rough the passer on 4th down and 15, and a personal foul. It's going to cost them. You've got the ball game won right there. Giving a
penalty is
head coach gray hairs right there, Case.
St. Francis a 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
So with 2 minutes remaining here, St. Francis gets another breath. Brooks will stay at quarterback.
St. Thomas More loading up the box. They're going to challenge Brooks here.
Play action, has time, pressured, and down he goes. Sacked, Brian Allen Jr.
Well, again, Brian Allen Jr. from his linebacker position. Casey lined up on the line of scrimmage, busts through and makes a big-time play on the outside.
Loss of 6, and the clock ticking with 1:39 and tick, 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 tick. St. Thomas More defense stepping up again.
I'll tell you what, if there's one thing, and Mike Tomorrow just said it, they've got some dudes on this St. Thomas More defense. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, very impressed with
They
the
are
defense.
good. They had a false start on the outside by one of the wide receivers. Timing's all off.
False start.
That'll back them up 5 more. So St. Francis going in the wrong direction. And, you know, we talked about, the coach said it was humbling after the first loss.
Yeah.
After, well, second slice of humble pie is being served right now.
Yeah. Now, listen, we've been calling these names all night long. We've been calling Norman's name all night long. Sims. You've been talking about Aiken. You've been talking about Allen Jr., Dixon. I mean, these kids are balling out there for St. Thomas More.
Brooks steps up, throws, line drive over the middle, incomplete at the feet of Jacobs. That'll bring up 3rd down.
And again, that was Dixon in the backfield wreaking havoc.
Well, right now,
bear down on the quarterback.
Right now, it's pin the ears back.
Yeah,
and
just go.
3rd down and 20.
3rd and 20 with under a minute remaining. Sports Doctor will have our Orthopedic Partners Player of the Game after this one, as well as an interview with the winning coach. Right now, Jason Manson in prime position with 59 seconds remaining to get Timor a victory over St. Francis here at Ledyard High School. 3rd and 20. Brooks operates from the shotgun. Rolling, pressured, throws in the flat, incomplete. It's low, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's what I ask you about that play, about plays like that. He faked to the running back. Is there anybody in the world?
No.
So why waste the
5-step drop and let it rip? Yeah.
Why waste the that one piece?
4th and 20.
4th and 20 for St. Francis.
A lot of energy down there in the St. Thomas More sidelines and the bench, and these kids are charged up. I mean, I think it's a big win for St. Thomas More, spring football or not. I mean, talking about a program that's been featured on HBO Sports and, and just, a lot of accolades over there. I mean, some great athletes. A lot of kids going to a lot of big-time colleges, but I think they're a big deal right now for St. Thomas More.
Brooks, pressured, throws, and it's intercepted. He got it that time. Jordan Johnson with the interception. 45 seconds away. St. Thomas More with the football. Here's a question. Are they driving home tonight?
STM takes over.
You driving back to Baltimore?
So this game's going to end at 9:15, but they're going to be on the buses 9:45.
3 o'clock?
They get home in the middle of the night after losing 7-5 in Ledyard, Connecticut. And they're not old enough to go over to Foxwoods. A happy group of chancellors down on the sidelines. 45 seconds remaining. Sports Doctor will head down to the sidelines where he'll have our Orthopedic Partners Player of the Game.
My vote's for Mitchell, the quarterback. I don't know what you guys think up here. I mean, Mike Peters up here as well. Mitchell's, he's... Yeah, we'll get a couple of them. But this is a nice win here by St. Thomas More. And these kids are happy right now, Case.
Yeah, fired up. The victory formation, so to speak. They do it from the shotgun now, evidently. 30 seconds remaining. And, I think you could name 5 guys on defense that you could give the player of the game to. But I think also Will Mitchell really settled things down for St. Thomas More. The lone touchdown of the game on his run. A couple of big runs to set up a better field position. And they're going to take their knee, and that'll wind it down. 10 seconds remaining, 9-8. And as the clock ticks to 0, the first football game on Bill Mignall Field at Ledyard High School results in a team from just up the road. The St. Thomas More Chancellors 7. The St. Francis Academy Panthers 5. Congratulations, Jason Manson, on the victory here for St. As More. The Sports Doctor will be down on the field. He'll have the Orthopedic Partners Player of the Game, Will Mitchell, as well as head coach Jason Manson.
For information and highlights of tonight's game, visit the New London Day at www.theday.com.
We're going to effort the Sports Doctor as he gets the folks ready.
Players of the game interviews, all online at theday.com. On behalf of Ledyard High School, thank you for coming out tonight. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Drive home safely and good night.
Yeah. So the St. Thomas More. So, Mike, I think we saw what we expected. A little bit of rust, but it's a heck of a defense that St. Thomas More put out there.
Yeah, you know what, Case? I will look forward to watching this team in the fall. This is, well, first of all, I love defense, and I would watch these kids again.
Yeah, and I mean, their defensive pressure, intensity, I mean, your comment is right on. I mean, it's not just one or two guys. I mean, there's 5 or 6 guys on that defense that played brilliantly tonight.
Yeah, and again, they just beat brand name, Case,
yes.
And that's going to make summer workouts a lot easier, and really give you a reason, next fall.
I think it's safe to say that in our part of the world, at least, when people think of sports in St. Thomas More, they think of the basketball program. That's legendary coach Jerry Quinn, but it's,
You got my column, Case.
Really?
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Football might be on the map now at St. Thomas More. I mean, as a destination to go play football, I think, we still think of the reclassification and the prep schools and everything to being a basketball thing, but we saw Owen George do it.
Sure.
And we know that's the new trend to head to prep school. And, Jason Manson, again, if you're looking to where to go, it's not a bad place to be.
No.
Playing for a guy of his caliber. St. Thomas Moore's got a bright future here on the football field.
Hey, he can say, hey, we just beat the number 3 team in the country. That's not bad.
This is a signature win early in the season. And again, it's spring football. You don't know exactly what the fall's going to hold, but it's an exciting time for the Chancellors of St. Thomas More. So the sports doctor down on the sidelines, just waiting for Jason Manson to be done with his team, and they're wrapping things up. And it's a long bus ride home tonight for the St. Francis Panthers. They'll be getting back into Baltimore sometime in the middle of the night. That's a tough drive. They had nice buses, though. I think it's going to be very quiet.
They better be.
Very quiet on their way home.
Not an easy job down there for Keith right now,
No, he's lost down there right now, too, isn't he?
He's zeroing in, though.
I don't even know where he is right now, too.
Yeah, I see him. He's got Will Mitchell just about ready.
So as the sports doctor readies the interview with Will Mitchell, and it looks like...
Is that Allen? No.
He's got... Looks like maybe Aiken, Christian Aiken, along with...
Aiken, yeah.
He's got Aiken and Mitchell, the offensive and defensive...
Jersey and Maine.
Players of the game. Jersey and Maine. You can't beat that combination, can you?
Okay, here.
And a kid going to a Catholic school by the name of Christian. And Will Mitchell wants to go and get a little love. I don't blame him. He played a great game, got himself a victory here. The sports doctor has the orthopedic partners, player of the game, Will Mitchell, along with Christian Aiken. Sports doctor, take it away. All right, head coach Jason Manson.
Well, head coach Jason Manson, St. Thomas More. Well, first of all, talk about tonight's game against a real tough opponent from Baltimore, Maryland.
Well, my first year here, we went down to Baltimore and they whooped us pretty good. So we knew what we were in for. But obviously with COVID and everything, the season was changed and guys didn't get an opportunity to play. So Coach and I, Coach Masai Halamarian, great guy. We kept in contact, and we were supposed to play this past fall. Couldn't make it happen. Had an opportunity to play this spring, and they made the trip up. So I'm thankful that they were willing to travel up and give the kids an opportunity to get film and get exposure.
Right. What do you find out about your team in quote unquote spring football against a real tough opponent like this? What did you find out about your squad tonight?
Just how much of a team they are. It was ugly on offense. Special teams was up and down, and the defense was the highlight of the night. But they stuck together. Nobody put their head down. We picked each other up, and we fed off the defensive energy the whole night. So it was a great team win.
Right, and you talk about your defense. You guys have playmakers. Come on in here, man. You guys have playmakers all over the place out there, and a team effort. And one of the things that I saw was getting to the football and making tackles and making stops. It was almost a mistake-free game on a defensive end.
Yeah, no, the defense was flying around. Coach Anderson did a good job with his game plan, and then, like I said, the kids picked each other up. They fed off of each other, and the front line held it down, the back end held it down, and in the middle, those guys were solid all night. Hungry to prove that they can play, and hungry to show the world that we got good football here in Connecticut.
Right. Now, this is your second year on the job. I mean, what does this do for not only you personally, but your program, your kids, and your confidence going into next fall?
Well, it'll give us great confidence for sure.
Yeah, right.
But it also gives us, it shows us what we're capable of, and now we have raised the bar. And so we need to continue to work and continue to build and keep raising the bar. So when we have these opportunities, we can come out on the top and have success that we want.
Now, I got the sense, too, on the field after the game, and you guys wanted this one tonight, didn't you? This was more than just a spring football game, was it not?
Well, like I said, my first year, man, they kicked it to us pretty good. So, yeah, we wanted a little bit of revenge. But nonetheless, we wanted the kids to have opportunity for exposure. And we got that on a high stage, thanks to you guys, thanks to St. Francis for coming out. And we were able to pull it off.
I can tell you one thing. I'm going to see you back in the fall. I know that. You stay healthy, Coach. You enjoy yourself. And
sounds good.
Great win tonight.
No, thank you. Thank you guys for coming up.
All right. Little man. All right, let's do Will next, all right? You're from Saco?
Yes, sir.
Saco? Saco? Because I was like, how do you call it? Quarterback. Hey. Oh. Okay, he's our player of the game tonight, Will Mitchell. I mean, son, you came in the second quarter and you really gave your team a spark out there. Talk about what it takes to beat a defense like that.
I mean, it takes a lot of grit, Coach. It takes a lot of grit, and it takes a team to be fully put together and work as a whole. Without us working as a whole, from the offensive line to the skill guys to the wide receivers blocking, there's no way you can beat a team like that in St. Francis. They have an amazing defense, especially amazing defensive line, so it takes a lot of grit, and it takes a full team to beat a special team like that.
Right, now when you come in the ball game, you're making plays with your legs and with your arm. Do you think you surprised the defense a little bit with your legs and your running ability?
I mean, of course. Yeah. They see a little bulky guy, they're like, oh man, he might just be a drawback pocket passer, but I like to think of myself like a little bit like Cam Newton. So right. I'm a little bit of a power runner.
Right.
You know?
And you got some big boys up front.
Yes, sir.
They're moving some bodies.
Yes, sir.
And we talk about the trust you have with your offensive line to make holes not only for you, but for your running backs as well.
I mean, that trust is everything. I believe in those guys with my whole heart. Every day I tell them, I love you guys. I mean, we need you. It starts with you guys up front. You know, after every possession, whether it's a fumble, a sack, it doesn't matter. I get up and we tap them on the back, give them a hug, and we just keep rolling. We just keep rolling because we need them.
And again, what does this mean too for your confidence heading into next year for this team? Because it is a spring game, and you know, does it matter?
Yeah. No. I mean, this is a big win for us. Mm-hmm. For this team just forming in this spring, a lot of new guys here. This was a big one for us. This is sweet.
All right, you stay healthy. We'll see you in the fall.
Yeah,
Casey?
yes,
thank you, Sports Doctor. Big victory tonight for the Chancellors of St. Thomas More. The Sports Doctor has one of our defensive stalwarts of the ball game, Christian Aiken. He was the star on the defense. Sports Doctor.
Well, a defensive end out there tonight wreaking havoc and flexing a little muscle from time to time was Christian Aiken. Boy, talk about the energy that you guys had to come up to match their physicality up front. I mean, talk about the play in the trenches up there a little bit.
So all week, I just been stressing to my team and my D-line and my linebackers that we just got to bring the fight to them. We got to punch them in the mouth first, and we got to keep our energy up. If we keep our energy up, we playing at a high level, at a high pace, fast football, then they can't mess with us. And that's what I tried to do. I've been telling them all week, keep the energy up, and that's what we did. Went out there, we shut them down.
Were you surprised you guys kept them out of the end zone? No touchdowns tonight?
I see.
Don't be honest.
Earlier in class, my teacher asked me. He said, "What do you think the score is going to be?" And I was predicting it to be 30-12. So I doubted my defense a little bit. I'll say, but we came out there, we shut them out, and we read our keys and we did our job.
Right. Now I think that there was 4 or 5 times where they had the ball to start the drive inside the 20-yard line.
Yes, sir.
So your defense kept them out of the end zone time in and time out. I mean, talk about that. I mean, that's got to feel like you're saving your team a little bit.
So I was telling them every time I was walking around the field, telling them, yo, they better not get a yard. Like, we can't allow them to get any yards. If they get a yard, then that's giving them momentum. We gotta keep giving it to them in the backfield. We gotta keep sacking them all, like get turnovers, anything. I was stressing to them, punch the ball out, all that.
You know, it's not just you two. Number 7 had a big game out there, and you guys played well as a team. I mean, talk about the unit in general.
So we got some good guys on defense. We got number 7. We got everybody really. We got number 50 at D tackle, Will Norman at DN, and Brian and Brian at the other DN. They some dogs. I'm happy to be in the trenches with them.
Hey, Christian, last question is, I know it's a spring game, but
yes, sir.
This was a big deal tonight.
Yes,
was it not a big deal for this team?
It was a very big deal. We just wanted to come out there and show everybody that we can play with anybody. We can play with IMG, St. Francis, you name it, Duncanville, any team in the nation, we can play with them.
Can you do me one more favor? Can you flex a little more muscle for the camera? There you go. Casey, how's that for some bicep?
Sports Doctor, I'm just glad you did a flex along with them. Big win tonight for St. Thomas More, putting themselves on the map. I think we talked as a football school as well as a basketball school, and Game Day was very proud to have all of the action for you. As per usual, come this spring, expect to see some baseball, some softball, some lacrosse, as Game Day will bring you all the best in high school sports. But thank you to everybody who made this game possible, St. Thomas More, St. Francis of Pennsylvania. For the Sports Doctor Keith O'Brien, Mike DeMauro, Peter Wappy, and the crew, I'm Casey O'Neill saying good night, everybody.